broken up into kind of a more in the back. It's much more nouveau riche. Like this is not where you go if your family's always operated in Walled Street. This is where you go if like you just made it big in Walled Street, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the back half of it is kind of like the new rich people, and the front half is more middle class housing and stuff like that. Yes, baby billionairesville. Yes, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yes. Can anyone else think of like some? Here, I'll put it up. Like, what is some areas to go to in the marketplace place?
In the marketplace, there is the best shoe shop in what is considered the world. It's been run by the same family for years. Their shoes are known to be stylish, but they also never wear out. And it's actually surprising they became so successful because they don't have any wear and tear, so they don't have to do repairs. They don't have to do, they don't have resales. It's just that everybody will come from all around to get these shoes that last forever.
All right, I threw down a box.
They're Fantasy Air Jordans.
Fantasy Air Jordans.
Okay. They can make you jump higher, run faster.
All right. Can anyone else think of anything they'd want to put in the marketplace place?
Yeah, for some reason, right across the street from the shoe shop is the worst armor shop on the planet. Like these people couldn't create any sort of decent armor if their lives depended on it, and nobody knows how it's still open. Like, regardless of how shitty their product is and how many people know it, they never seem to close.
It's like wearing wet cardboard.
Irish, you've given me a beautiful gift here and you don't know it yet. Emmy, can you think of anything fun in the marketplace place?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Can you think
wait.
of...
I totally have something. There is a dessert shop that is they sell like oddly flavored things
like squid flavored ice cream.
Which is it's a huge luxury because we're in the desert and it's a kind of a hot desert probably.
Yep.
An ice cream flavored squid.
They have a wizard there just blasting ice beams 24/7.
Yeah. You know what? I'm also gonna go ahead and say there's a big almost it's not a department store, but because there's nothing really analogous to a department store. But in the bottom right, near the residential area, is the equivalent of Fantasy REI. That's where a bunch of adventurers and folks go to because a desert area is a very harsh terrain.
Right, so, gotta kit out.
Yeah, gotta kit out. No, I see someone's added a box at the very bottom. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, I thought that was the Fantasy REI.
Oh no, I put that in the marketplace, but actually, you know what? Yeah, Fantasy REI is its own thing. It's not.
It's a big mall.
It's a big ass mall. All right.
And can the mall?
City, and it's in the city.
Can the mini mall be a weapon shop MAUL?
Yes, this is when I'm pitching Fantasy REI, I'm thinking this is Adventurers Depot essentially. You go here if you're. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say, Spence, can you think of one thing for the red light district?
They have actual mermaids in a tank that leads to the ocean. Mermen and mermaids, merfolk.
Is this a consensual thing?
Are they dancing in underwater?
Yeah, no, they travel from different kingdoms under the ocean, and they come through this channel straight into the red light district, and that's what makes this one successful. Is they're the only ones that have merfolk, and that's just some people's thing.
Okay.
I love the idea.
I can fuck with this. Yeah, I can fuck with this. All right.
Is that too weird? Too fish freaky?
No, it wasn't what I was expecting. Like, you threw me a curveball, but...
Is there a mini fish district in the middle of the red light district?
Oh shit, wait a minute. Going off of what you said, Spence, fuck, that's where the merfolk live. They live in the fish district. Oh my god, I love this already. Yes, merfolk live in the fucking fish district. This is great. Okay, fuck, that's so good. Alright, Walled Street. There's gonna be a bunch of cool shit you can see in Walled Street. Irish, pitch me a thing you can see in Walled Street.
Alright. Wall Street. Walled Street.
Yes, the Walled Street. It quite literally has a wall, like, it has a moat in front of it from that fucking red light district channel. Like, it is the most obviously, like, set apart from the rest of the public. Like, it has a fucking moat of a channel, and on the other side is a wall. Like,
what if the whole thing is navigated via moats, like whatever that city is in Italy? Like, you have to take
Venice?
a gondola to get from place to place, so that the rabble don't just wander in the streets.
Okay, yeah, no, I can fuck with that. Also, easily accessible to Merfolk.
Right.
Oh, I bet this walled street, like, so it's mostly just been dug out, but the walls are like the things that kind of keep it from, like, the ground is this impenetrable stone that just has been here forever, and they built the walled street on it because it's just so much better to trade on.
The best stone. The toughest stone.
That way nobody can undermine their business.
Wall Street accidentally became huge. Yeah, sure. Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Big old rock underneath. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say we leave Walled Street as mostly blank for now. That way, if we need some cool shit in Walled Street, I can make it up later. Pitch me some stuff in the tourism area.
There's definitely like a hand cranked Ferris wheel that you can see.
Hand cranked?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
It's
like two giants or something have to like constantly crank it to move it.
yeah.
Okay, I will. You know what? We'll go with that. Well, wait. Do we want to put that in the tourism district or the docks?
That's the tourism, right?
Yeah, I think that'll fit tourism because that's like one of the first things you see when you get off at the docks. I think the docks are maybe a little bit more for business, like loading, unloading, stuff like that. And
Sure.
like tourism is the last little bit or first little bit, depending on which way you're coming from. That's like, oh, look, you can get a whole view of this entire city if you just hop on the Ferris wheel.
And it acts as a lighthouse as well, because it's all lit up with either torches or magic torches or lanterns or whatever. I don't know. But
Okay, I'm a fan.
it's so tall, it's like a lighthouse.
Yeah, it's like maybe the first thing you see when the city comes over the horizon.
I'm a fan. All right. So now I'm getting kind of almost a carnival vibe from this tourism district. Does it also have like a bit? Does it also like have a bunch of bars in it or something? Does
Yeah.
It have like.
It's got the hipster bars, but they're like the ones that
that's
have.
the thing. Are we going with hipster bars or are we going with like?
Oh, you mean like
hard party bars?
Yeah, these
Oh,
are like
no.
the dive bars and like the St. Patty's bars and shit like that.
Or it could be like your Bubba Gump Shrimp, like really cheesy, tacky family restaurants.
Right, where all the people who serve you wear a specific hat.
Yeah.
So
Maybe-
what are we going with bar row or family restaurants, or do we want to do both?
Yeah, maybe there's like two main drags, but go ahead, Emmy.
Every even numbered address is a sleazy place. Every odd numbered address is a super family friendly Chuck E. Cheese place.
I like the idea of them being separated by
I want to leave more room in the tourism district, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that the bottom row is just bar row. It's just bars on bars on bars. Go get fucking blitzed out of your mind. And above that, like nearer to the Ferris wheel, is more of the family friendly area.
Okay.
You got two big rows.
Yeah, that'll work. And then all the odd number addresses can be up top, and all the even number addresses can be down bottom. That way, you know which row you're supposed to walk down. If you
But
get
the
like,
locals
even
don't
number
go to the
address, you
bars.
go to... Right.
The locals don't go to the bars here. No, in that district. They all go to the ones in the commercial district.
Because they know, like, you're gonna get kind of ripped off.
Yeah. It's all way overpriced.
Kind of ripped off, and in a couple you could get stabbed.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave the docks blank and the fish district blank.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything they really want to add to this game?
Well, so I like the idea of Walled Street because it's pretty defensible against, like, I would assume since we're a coastal town, this is a fantasy setting. There's been, like, pirate attacks.
Spencer, are you turning Walled Street into a motherfucking fortress? Like, is it both like, oh yes, this is where we do our banking. Also, in case of pirate attacks, we're already inside.
Oh yeah, no, it's like covered in like, ballistas and like really old-timey cannons and stuff like that. And
I can totally see this being where, like, this universe's Tenpenny Tower is, like, where rich people just, like,
so good.
angrily look down at the tourism district like, nah.
This is so fucking good. Yes.
And the tourism district was erected to actually appease pirates. Like, yeah, no, come and like get drunk here. Like, don't raid us. But they also have the Walled Street as like a last resort.
Right, and then the red light district is right next door, so like all the executives, once they're done trading, can like go, snort blow off of a mermaid.
Look, if it's consensual,
it's always consensual.
Oh,
No,
they're
it's
not like holding down a mermaid and putting blow on them.
I don't think there's anything wrong with consensual blows.
no. That's the thing. Is like
Ass.
it definitely is. That everything is. This is a world without. We don't worry about that stuff because there's plenty of handy sex workers that are
because it's
willing.
an Alex Lachos game, and you know how he feels about sexual assault.
Yes.
And his tabletop game.
We don't deal with that.
It's a giant fucking no-no. Okay, so this is shit. What did I say the name of the city was? Duresh. Yeah, that's what it was. This is the city of Duresh.
I think it was named Desha.
Desha? Bet that's a better one than that. So it's Desha. Welcome to beautiful Desha. It sounds like a capitalist hellscape. Okay. Yeah, someone made it bigger. Okay, cool. So, how do you guys feel? Is this good? Anyone want to add anything?
I like
good to
it.
move on? Okay. All right. Next, we're going to move to the world map. This is going to be less involved because I don't see our, at most like 4-session campaign really scaling the fucking countryside. But let's try to get a feel for both the land that Desh inhabits and maybe some neighboring continents or islands or stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and slap down Desh just right in the center. And I guess set it up a little bit so you guys have some stuff to go off.
Okay.
So Desh is on, I'm going to go ahead and say, the southeastern part of the continent it rests on.
Yeah.
Where's the freehand drawing tool?
And what do you guys think about this continent? Should it be like Australia or should it be like, like a European like giant thing?
I lied. Now it's on the southwest.
All right. I don't know. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So this is.
And
this is just the actual country that Desh is. Like, it can be in a bigger continent. And this
yeah,
is
that's good.
You can add to it. You can grow it. What do you guys want to do? Like,
I think there should be like a little, like Japan or New Zealand, not too far away.
All
little
right,
guy.
let's try to do freehand just so we can make it look a little less boxy.
Okay, I have this weird fear of drawing.
Would you mind, just for the moment, marking me as a GM so I can make the map look really pretty?
Shit, how do I do that?
It's a peanut.
peanut. Oh,
That's too big.
I-
That's not a
You're
good
gonna need
peanut.
you're going to need to tell me where to go to make you a DM.
Okay, to make me a GM, you go to the oh gosh, the campaign page, the one that's not the editor, but the thing.
Oh, like actually, like inside of Roll20, instead of clicking Join Game, click on the title of the game. That one.
Yeah.
My country now looks like a woman with a really bad back.
She looks
I'm
injured.
I'm sorry, I'm still not picking up what you're putting down.
Dude, sorry, I'm eating.
It's probably not super important, right?
Yeah, it's not super important, but like if you go there and then hover
Oh,
over.
I get it. Okay. Yeah, sure. This is just a good thing for me to know. Well, now I've made you the only G. Oh no, I'm still automatically G. Okay, so Spence, tell me about this fake Japan.
It is. I mean, its culture is utterly alien to this country, which is weird because it's so close. But they did not have sea travel for a long time while this country was developing technologically. So,
Can I get name? Which one didn't have sea
yes.
travel? Which did?
The country that Desh is on is they develop sea travel.
Why don't
They
we go
develop
ahead and
sea.
name the country?
They develop sea travel first. I don't know how to name. Let's see.
You are cutting my shit, bud.
I'm cutting out as well. This is good. Let's see. It's called kill something. Anybody? Save me.
Newt.
There you go.
Alright, we're not naming it P-Newt. I'm gonna go ahead and just GM and say, hey, this is the land of Killage.
Oh, I meant the one that looks like a peanut.
You know what? You can go ahead and name it whatever you want. What do we want to name? Fucking, I can just slap down a name if we want.
There you go.
The-
Just
And
everybody
you got
get
that?
your.
It's a completely communistic like empire, and it's called Pay Not.
There you
Okay, since I really want to get away from this peanut joke, we're just going with Hoshman. Welcome to the land of Hoshman.
Okay, so it's like super. Is it super communist or like a peaceful socialist society where everything's happy?
Okay, yeah, no, let's talk about Hoshman's political structure. Because it sounds like Killage is almost a libertarian wet dream.
Yeah. I think Hoshfend is the exact opposite. Like everything is super functional, but then people from our country came along and are like, "We need your natural resources. Here's what money is. Here's what ownership is," and we're starting to like make headway into Hoshfend.
Okay.
And there's starting to be civil unrest there.
I'm a fan. Alright, this is good. What do you guys... I'm gonna go ahead and just inform you now. Fantasy races are like a thing here. Like there are elves, orcs, dwarves, tieflings, whatever you want. So why don't you go ahead and tell me like what the kind of demographic of Killage is, like racial demographic of Killage is, and what Hoshman racial demographic.
I think Killage is mostly elves and humans, unless you guys disagree.
That works for me.
Okay.
And I think Hoshfend should be dwarves and gnomes.
I think probably like as was just said, I was thinking maybe some portions are run by merfolk, which is why you've got this like ridiculously different. Actually, no. You said merfolks are not very common in Killage. They come probably here then. I don't know.
Okay.
They come
Fucking-
from out here, the ocean.
Yeah,
You
you know what?
really
Hey,
should.
hey, here's a good thing. Yo, check it out. Here is Hurricane
Atlanta.
capital. Not Atlantis. What's the name of not Atlantis?
Watertown.
God damn it, Spencer.
Atherfin?
One more time.
Atherfin. Something that's really hard to pronounce.
Like AETHERFINN.
Uh,
Oh.
Here, I've made something really whack. How's
There you
that?
go.
Yes.
Welcome to Atherfin. Well, here's the question that this raises. Do Outlanders have or I guess Onlanders have a different name for this? Because it sounds like maybe the Merfolk language is really fucking hard to say, for non-native speakers to handle. So, do they have a different name for it, or do people just kind of like struggle with E after then?
Gilltown.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll
like
accept-
slightly,
you know what? I'll take-
slightly racist.
I'll take Gilltown. I will definitely accept Gilltown. Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's bigger than a town. It's like a huge city, but they don't know that because they don't go down there.
Because I must always, always, always have orcs in everything I do. Where are orcs from?
The
No. Well, okay. No, orcs
That
can
makes
be in
more-
Killage, but they come...
What if
Or there's islands.
Pillage originally, and then when the humans and the elves showed up, they kind of ended up becoming the primary population because it's a desert, right?
Yeah.
So like maybe there were wandering tribes and things like that of orcs because they wouldn't really set up roots in the desert. They would probably be nomads.
Yeah.
And then when the humans and the elves showed up, they started setting up civilizations.
Okay, where did the humans and elves originally come from then?
They come
somewhere
from
across
the
sea.
north.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get a northern continent going.
Perfect.
There's a massive northern, like... Whoopsie. Let me undo that.
It's so massive it intersects with a different.
It's like a big ol' Russia, like up here. That, oh god, it's still going. Somebody help me.
I'm
should
not too good with the free hand.
Amy
Okay.
is too good with the free hand.
There you go.
How's that?
Oh, you made a little Florida up there.
In Florida. All right.
The northern continent has a
it's-
teeth.
It's big. Why did the elves and the humans? You know what? I'll leave that.
Oh man, so I like how this is going. No, because think about it. The orcs originated in Killage, and the humans and elves have kind of conquered it for resources, and now they're going towards the country that the gnomes and dwarves live
Yeah,
on.
they're cannibalizing everyone.
Well, like if it's a desert, there's probably not too much in the way of resources. I was more thinking like
Like what? Oh no, we're having some Discord issues. Or it's on my end.
Keep going though, Irish.
yeah, so more or less like they came down here and it was like maybe we'll set up cities and towns so that like it's kind of a getaway from the place. It's like your Bermuda or your
I do want to point out this entire island isn't a desert. It's
Okay.
just a really arid region, and Desha is on the coast, like is in the desert. The
Oh,
Killage
perfect.
can have like a forest.
Okay.
So here's my question: is Killage with humans and so humans and elves came from the main continent to Killage? Is the culture similar or is it different?
Well, like you had mentioned, with it being like a libertarian paradise, maybe this is like where they go to set up their like no rules fucking society. This is where they went to kind of be in their mind, more free.
So
maybe
what-
It's
things
like-
are a little bit more fast and loose and dash.
Like America, except not Puritans.
Right. Yeah. It basically like as a way to be able to. It's this universe's
Wait a minute.
Las Vegas, sort of.
I love the idea that someone was like, yeah, it's America, but instead of Puritans, it was libertarians. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Can
I dig it.
can I get a name for the main con?
Did you say soup?
Yes, I did.
I mean, I'm cool with soup.
Everything kind of got this almost like Dutch sounding. All of our other
like
landmasses are
like
super-
Yalter.
Yeah, I'm thinking something with like a hard L, and definitely ends in like a hard consonant.
Like Lathond.
Yeah,
That's Loshfilm.
Loshfilm. That'll work.
Ooh.
I did see the soup Yelter, though.
Put a
Okay.
D between the L and the N at the end. Loshfelden.
Loshfilm.
So
Yeah.
we're kind of on the frontier then, though. If Killage is like not native to where, I get. Well, we're not humans and elves per se, but like maybe Killage has a lot of wild races. Like orcs and other things.
Maybe phrase that a little differently, but yes.
Sure, I didn't mean like. I guess I get that.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds right.
I'm getting in the headspace of the humans and elves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds less like human. That's the headspace of humans and elves, and more the headspace of the humans and elves on Killage. What with different cultures and whatnot. Okay, so here is my questions. Then, going off this. So, what other cities are on Killage? Like, what are some other cities you know?
Morphville.
Okay, what about Morphville is the city of that?
The reason it's called Morphville is because it was ruled by a nation that could change into
Pelicans.
birds like pelicans and ducks and such.
Okay. Alright.
We're having lycanthrope pelicans. That's
Hell
right.
yeah,
You
we
heard
got
it here.
werebirds. So are werebirds originally from Killage?
I think maybe they're like the original things that were there. Because, I mean, there's no reason a bird would ever travel overseas.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Migration patterns.
Yeah. So
Maybe we don't know if this is where they're originally from. This is just the only place where they still are.
shit, that's good. Okay. Yeah. So we got Murphville. Any other interesting I'm gonna go ahead and do one.
Yeah, you should.
What with being the GM and whatnot. Talking. Where's the draw shit? Okay. So this is the biggest, still like majority orc city. In the top east. No, god damn it, this is not the shape I wanted. So I'm gonna need a name while I try to remember how to do shapes in this. How do you do circles? Circles.
You hold it.
Ooh, fancy. So I want an entirely different sounding name. Like I don't want things sounding Dutch. Oops. What is that?
Just call it Thump.
Yixeldrost. If you want one of those wonderful out of the abyss sounding names.
Blood paste.
I like something simple.
Tom Yixeldrost.
I like something incredibly complex.
Could you have the first part of the name sound a little bit less like a word that has become a curse in my native tongue?
That orange gentleman.
Scrump.
Yes.
Perfect.
Alright, so there's Scrump Yixeldrost. Look at What a name of a city. So this is like the biggest, like, this this kind of area, like, now that a lot of tillage has been like, oh yeah, no, this is human and elf land now. Orcs have been kind of forced, not so much to, like, settle down, but they can't be as nomadic as they once were.
Right.
So they have a less advantageous kind of area to settle in. Like, Desha might still be in a desert, but it is prime, like, trading route. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of make like a little drawing for what is still orc land.
Oh yeah, and you
maybe
could,
like
if you
the
want it to be like a
biggest-
trade. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say maybe like the biggest oasis in the region, like a place where a lot of people would congregate before, is super close to Desha, or even like the back end of Desha.
Also, there's a major island chain like through this channel, maybe, and that's what makes it like look like a very tempting trade route.
What, Desha or Scrum?
Oh,
saying Desha is a really
from
good
Scrum.
trade route.
From oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, well, it would
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sense because look at this channel. But yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So much so that I'm going to put the capital of Lashfelden. That's not a shape, that's a line. I'm putting that just right here. So yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and say Hoshfans is right here.
So one thing I want to say about Hoshfend is that they do not have a concept of money, but they have a frick ton of gold and jewels and like all these rich minerals, and they just use them as like decoration. You know, like they build their houses out of like silver bricks. Well, not quite that much, but you know what I'm saying. Like they,
I know what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have a lot of wealth that they don't recognize, but they're also very like they don't believe in war, but they are naturally like they have like martial arts as exercise. So they're all like a country of natural warriors because that's their main sport, is like wrestling, boxing, stuff like that. So they're all very accomplished fighters.
Okay. Just based off of what Irish said earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and say there's a little bit of an oasis right in here. Like, maybe not an oasis, but a lake.
Right. Source of fresh water in an otherwise harsh.
And I'm gonna go ahead and add more of a forested area down south. I'm gonna go ahead and say that maybe the top half of Killage is where it gets really deserty, but down towards Desha and Murphville, that's where you get kind of forest stuff.
Makes sense.
Or not, maybe not forest, but you know.
Like wetlands,
Yeah,
swampy wetland type stuff.
yeah. It's also partially why Murphville hasn't really been affected by humans or elves, because it's just like, that's a fucking hell of a ways to transport city building stuff. Like, it's easier to get it across via ship than it is to, like, penetrate this forest. Alright, I think that is probably pretty good.
Yeah, that's a
for
good
a
start.
Good thing to operate at. Okay, so now, let's do some character creation, gang. So,
I might play a merfolk. if
I
that's
play a
all-
Merfolk. I can fuck
Is
with
that
that.
allowed?
That is
Yes.
totally allowed. We'll have to come up with a racial thing related to your class, but I am super duper down with you playing a Merfolk.
We could also probably find someone's build for it.
That's not really a thing, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, races
I
aren't
thought-
really a thing.
I thought
Well, they
people
are.
made those what is it called, playbooks and stuff like that all the time.
Kind of. It's more for classes, because all
Okay.
of your race affects is a single trait in the class.
Okay.
So, have you guys taken a look at the class?
Just a very elementary look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do any of the classes stand out?
I want to be a bard.
Alright, you want to be a bard. Why don't we, take a... Well, maybe I should explain just character creation at the very base, like how making a class.
Do it.
So you got your stats and stuff. Your stats, everyone's just gonna have the same spread. You don't really need to worry about that too. You get to divvy out your spread in any way, shape, or form you want, but you're always gonna have the same spread. You also will have an alignment. You are not beholden to the alignment. You actually can have your alignment change based off your action, and that isn't like a mechanical thing. We'll just sit down one of these days, and I'll be like, "Yo, you're also not acting very like evil. I think you just might be neutral," and we'll talk about that. Oh yeah, so every class has hit points tied to them, just like in D&D. But another thing you have tied to your class is your damage dice. Damage isn't tied to your weapon. Your damage can be like boosted by your weapon. You can have a bow that adds like +1 damage. But if you're a wizard and you hit someone with a sword, it can be like the biggest fucking sword you can have. You will be rolling a smaller dice than you would if you were a fighter who was just using a dagger. Because the idea is, they don't want to make you sacrifice aesthetic or a character design for damage. So don't worry about like, oh yeah, I want to just use a teeny tiny dagger. Like, that's fine, it's whatever. The thing that really defines your characters are your moves. And you get some moves at the start, and every time you level, you get to pick one move from your class, or you can take one from a different class if you have that option. And some of it is just stuff like, for example, Fighter has a thing that's just like, oh yeah, you have an extra 1 armor. But other stuff can be really, really interesting. Like, Fighter also has one that's just, your sword is possessed and it can talk to you. So that's where a lot of, your class customization comes from. So I would take a look at the classes, kind of a cursory glance. Take a look at your damage dice, your HP, if you care about that. And you should also take a look at like just the spells and the moves afforded to you.
Alright, what resource are we using to find this stuff? Was it something?
It's just in the compendium. Just go to classes and it'll have all the classes.
Got it. Perfectimo.
Yeah. As you look through the stuff, you'll notice that each class has starting moves associated with it, based off race. I don't believe in holding people to a certain race so they can get that starting move. So you might really want to play like an elf druid, but really prefer the human starting move. Just tell me that, and we'll take the human starting move. Or you can, if you're like Emiya, and you're making your own race, just try to come up with your own racial starting move and tell me, and we'll workshop it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like in Bard. I can heal. People have to tell me the truth with basic questions about who they are.
Yep.
That's fine.
Is there like a list of default races, or is it just kind of like...
It's just kind of like fantasy, like halfling, gnome, orc, stuff like that.
Got it. Yeah, like I'm looking at Thief, and it only lists like the halfling and human traits.
Yeah. Sometimes it just does a small amount, but it's like elf is a thing. You can be an elf thief, yeah. Looking at the spout lore and discern reality things, those are basic roles. Like, you're going to be doing a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to play a thief.
Okay. Emmy, what do you want to do?
So,
You're gonna bard a thief.
I was thinking that my character might be a performer. Like,
I mean-
so in my list of character concepts, I had, what was it? Someone who's, like, well-known or famous.
Okay.
And so I was thinking maybe Amelia West is a performer or a singer or something. I was
Well-
originally going to have a fire breather, but now that we've got this merfolk stuff going on, this is exciting. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that instead.
Okay.
Your
So what
background probably
classes?
wouldn't aff- Yeah, your background probably wouldn't affect your class, right? You could be a paladin who's a performer or a cleric.
And you can be a bard. I don't mind switching it up. That was just the first. I was just like, I'm like, we were talking about how I was playing a Kenku in another game, and I wasn't talking, and that was weird for me. And I kind of wanted a talky class, but I could be a thief instead. I just want something that talks, really.
My class ideas were thief, bard, cleric, or maybe a wizard or fighter, I guess.
Yeah, pick whichever one you want, and if it overlaps, I'll change mine. I don't mind. I wasn't in love with the idea. It was just the first one I looked at.
I'm gonna go on the SRD really quick and see, because I think it's missing a couple classes in there.
What was the one I was playing, like the Fire Lord or something like that?
You were playing the Immolator.
The Immolator.
Okay, yeah. I don't really like bringing Arcane Duelist into games because I don't understand it nearly as well as the others, so I want to leave that one out. But it is missing Immolator and Barbarian.
Oh, the SRD that I'm looking at seems to have the Immolator and the Barbarian, or maybe I'm just looking at the wrong SRD.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was referring to the compendium when I say it's missing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think what I could do, don't worry, because I'm not really stuck to any class, is like I would also be fine playing a ranger. I'm looking more for a traveling person that, likes to tell stories and make friends.
I definitely think you can make a ranger like that.
Yeah, that'll work. I'll and then depending on what Emmy wants to do, whether it's bard or thief or whatever,
You know what?
switch it up from there.
I think I'm probably gonna. Well, I'm gonna actually have to look at what the bard stuff actually is.
Cool. Alright, so while we get talking about classes, I'll wait till everyone has a class they're comfortable with before I move on.
And I'll just do my normal thing. Once you two know what you're being, I'll pick something up.
This is hard. I was supposed to make a list of motifs, but I didn't.
Okay, just in case, I'm going to look around. Oh, you know what? Wizard might be great, because I get that ability to spout lore about things nobody else knows about, which is fun.
You could do that. You could definitely, you could also play that as kind of like the moving around guy. You could definitely be like, oh yeah, I've been there. Like, I know about this with X.
Yeah. Okay. Wizard.
I assume D6 is the lowest base damage you can have.
D6 is the lowest base damage.
I imagine I wouldn't get, like, any fancy cantrips as a bard.
Performance into a basic spell.
But I guess it wouldn't be all that bad, because Dungeon World isn't all about combat, because I can just act as the face of the party instead. Probably. Or maybe not. I don't know.
I try to avoid. Dungeon World tries to avoid just having one person be the face.
Mhm.
Or at least I do.
I'm gonna be the complete lack of the face. I'm gonna play a fighter, and I'm basically I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I'm gonna play an idiot. But like, whichever one of you wants to have befriended him or whatever, he's gonna befriend He's gonna be basically a ne'er-do-well who used to roam around the tourism district, collecting debts, breaking legs, that kind of a thing.
Okay, yeah. Let's. Character concepts are definitely different now. Think about that a little more, and once everyone has their character and class, I want you to all introduce your character.
Perfect. I'm gonna go with fighter then.
Okay, we gotta fight.
Should
Try to
I
come up
fill
with
out-
a name and a race.
Should I fill out my character sheet stuffs?
Yeah, you can do that.
And what was that last thing you said, Lil Sorry.
Name and a race. Name and a race.
Got it.
So just how stats work, by the way, everyone's going to have the same spread. You're going to take a 16 in one stat, which is a +2 strength modifier, a 15 in one stat, which is a +1 modifier, a 13 in one stat, which is a +1 modifier, a 12 in one stat, which is a 9, or a,
Do you
sorry,
want
eight-
to maybe
eight-
just throw them into the chat?
good call.
I get so bad at remembering things after 2 are said. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was writing them down and I still got lost.
Does the compendium only have elf and human in it? I see halfling maybe, right?
Yes,
For what class?
For races, sorry.
For races? Yeah, the compendium doesn't sound like the most fleshed out thing.
Okay, just checking.
Something she's not good at.
So those are the stats with the modifier.
Oh crap, I can't have a songbook because I'm a underwater artist.
You can't have a what now?
Oh no, I could totally have a songbook because merfolk have they probably have underwater paper.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty expensive. I'm super excited about this idea of a
Merfolk?
character.
Okay.
So
Where? Go ahead, sorry.
You go.
So did in the compendium though, any of you guys, have you seen races anywhere?
Probably not. You're probably not going
Okay.
to see races.
Okay, just checking.
Races are really not nearly as big a thing in Dungeons
Okay.
as they are elsewhere.
Well, it's
for
just because
example-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm playing a Dungeon World campaign right now, where we don't have a single race listed in the book.
Okay.
We don't have
That's
humans, we don't have elves, we don't got orcs. We made them all up.
That's cool. I just, and I don't know if how it would work then is, do you just, when they have aspects for different races for the classes, they usually list like human or elf or sometimes halfling I've seen, or half elf. You get an aspect, you just choose it regardless of what race you are.
Yeah, I will let you take whatever racial bonus you want. I'll let you
Okay.
take it from other fucking classes if it sounds like it makes sense.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because I know it's pretty open. I just didn't know how open.
Yeah. I'm in the DM. I'm in charge, not the compendium. I'll let it be as open as you want it to be.
The map is so pretty.
It don't look bad, do it? Um,
Do I get all of the starting moves? Except for the I guess the racial ones.
yeah, starting moves you should have access to all of them.
Ooh,
I believe that's how that works.
that a port in the storm thing. When you return to a civilized settlement that you visited before, you can tell the GM when I was here last, and then I can talk about how it's changed.
You could totally take that, yeah.
I think that's a starting move, or a starting ability, I guess.
Yeah, you can take that if you want that one.
It should not be marked as a GM. I'm gonna fix that right now.
While other people work on their stuff, Irish, I want to talk to you. You name yourself Fist. Holy shit!
Yeah, either fist. I can't decide if I want it to be fist or knuckles. I'm thinking
So,
fist maybe because like that's what people call him. Like you gotta pay me or I'm gonna call the fist, and people are like, because they don't really know like what his fucking name is, or they call him Knuckles because my weapon is going to be fists, but for flair, it's gonna be just like two big sets of like broken, dirty, cracked brass knuckles.
okay, but we're actually going to need to talk a little bit more about your brass knuckle. Because you have one of my favorite starting moves. Well, actually, before we do that, we should talk about your alignment. So, the fighter alignment from the start is you can get good, neutral, or evil. Good is just defend those weaker than you. Neutral is defeat a worthy opponent, or evil, kill a defenseless or surrender damage. These are kind of like things you would do if you were this alignment. You can make your own version of the alignment if you want. You could be like evil, looks for profit, or neutral looks for profit in anything, or something like that. So, what alignment do you think your character would be, and why do you think they'd be that alignment?
I think he would be neutral, and I think it would be because he does as he's told. Whether that's, if I'm shaking down a bad guy, it's the same to him as shaking down a good guy.
Okay.
Wherever the money
Yeah.
came from, he's going to follow the money.
Yeah, neutral does what he's paid to do. That makes sense. Go ahead and write that down in your alignment.
Got it.
Oh my god, does it not list the starting moves for fighter in the compendium?
If not.
Oh no, there it is. It's just in a weird spot. Okay, so we need to talk about your starting move of signature weapon, which is just the coolest fucking thing. Okay, so signature weapon. This is your weapon. There are many like it, but this one is yours. Your weapon is your best friend. It is your life. You master it as you master your life. So you get to make your own custom badass weapon. So you said you wanted it to be brass knuckle.
Right.
So they would be fist weapons. So that's a base weight of 2. So keep that in mind. Your weapon has a weight of at least 2.
Got it.
It would have a range of hand. It's just, it's got to be within your hand.
Totally.
Okay, so this is where it gets silly. You get to choose 2 enhancements. Can you actually open the compendium?
I have
For
a
fighter?
tab open for fighter, yeah.
Okay. Can you go down to signature weapon?
Yep, got it.
Okay. Take a look at the choose 2 enhancements. Choose 2 from there, and I'll explain them to you if you need any explanation.
Sure, so what does weight Does that like affect my movement or?
It's going to affect your income. This isn't like D&D where you can carry like a fuckload of shit. Like,
Sure.
you actually kind of need to pay attention to your income.
Got it. So I like the idea of huge, add messy, and forceful. If you want to go over those.
Yeah, I can go over huge because that one's not as well explained. Let me just... That is what I did with... I'm also playing a fighter in Dungeon World right now. I also was like, yo, fucking huge.
Right.
Come on, where is... Now that's Dungeon Gear, the Poison Services Meal. You're
Here's my chaotic good alignment.
chaotic and good are actually two different things. Are you chaotic or are you good?
Oh, I guess I'm good.
Okay. Okay, so messy, how, huge is what? Messy and forceful?
Yes.
Okay. Messy. It does damage in a particularly destructive way, ripping people and things apart. Forceful, it can knock someone back a pace, maybe even off their feet.
Oh yeah.
So you can just explode motherfuckers with this.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then just before I choose serrated edges, because why not? What would perfectly weighted where it says add precise? Does that just a better chance to hit, or?
You use dex instead of strength.
Oh,
Or,
right. Okay. Then serrated edges probably, which seems to be pretty straightforward.
What I did I'm basically playing an Oni, in my D&D, for my fighter.
Totally.
And I took huge because that's great, but I also took hooks and spikes, and I just made a fucking giant Oni club. It was dope as shit.
Nice.
Also, what do your fist weapons look like? Tell me about them. Do they look ancient, unblemished, ornate, bloodstained, sinister? What do they look like?
I think bloodstained is probably the best way to put it. It wouldn't be something hit clean. It's kind of like when somebody who uses a club makes the notch in the club for the number of people that they've killed or whatever.
Yes.
They're broken, they're old, they're rusted, they're just like, yeah, you wouldn't want to put them under a black light.
Okay. Now, do you have a name for your weapon?
Probably just Knuckles.
Knuckles. So fist and his knuckles.
Yep.
Fuck, that's so good. Alright, don't forget to take bend bars, lift gates as another starting move. That's just a thing you get. Also, armor.
Go.
Add them to moves at the bottom of the page.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to want to detail your signature weapon. You're going to want to add bend bars and lift gates, and you're going to want to add armor.
Okay.
Also, we're going to need to talk about your starting move before I can move on to the other two. What's your starting move?
Alright, where are moves listed? Okay, there we go.
So there's dwarf, elf, halfling, human. But like I said, if you can make one, because it says here you are an orc. If you want to make one up for orc, I'm cool with that. If you want to try to look in other classes and maybe take one of theirs, I'm cool with that. If you want to select from this list, I'm cool with that.
I'm not sure I would be the best judge of character to pick one like that would somehow still be balanced, and I wouldn't want to throw things off. So I'll probably just pick maybe the human one. Once per battle, you may re-roll a single damage roll, yours or someone else's.
Sure, go ahead with that. And take a look at other stuff, like, try to get an idea for your look, your name, your stats. Your stats are pretty simple. Your HP is just 10 plus your... This is important. There's a difference between Constitution and Con. And all the stats. Whenever a stat is spelled out in its entirety, it wants the full number. Whenever it is just a 3-letter abbreviation, it wants your modifier, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
So your HP is 10 plus Constitution, that'd be 10 plus 15, not 10 plus 1.
Got it.
Spence, it sounds like you are ready with your guy.
Yeah, I'm still working on stuff, but I'm ready for you to kind of go over stuff with me. So,
Okay. Let's talk about your character,
okay.
who is a druid. From the look of it.
Yes.
All right, tell me more about your plan.
So I'm kind of doing look right now.
Okay.
And I think that so my druid is kind of like almost like a trickster spirit. Obviously not like with godlike powers, but that's kind of how he sees himself.
Okay.
I might change to chaotic. I don't know exactly where I want to fall in there because I kind of feel like I'm somewhere in between.
Okay.
But
I'd argue take down haters would be more chaotic than good.
Okay. So basically, I'm a halfling. I was born on a pirate ship of halflings, which sounds terrifying. But as a child, I fell overboard and don't exactly know what happened to me. I know that I have memories of flying through the air like an albatross over the open ocean, and memories of swimming through the sea as a dolphin, and memories of being a crab on the ocean floor. But I don't necessarily know how I survived because I was too young, or maybe like it was too traumatic for me to have those memories. I don't know who taught me how to like take on the forms of nature, but I am very curious about kind of like the civilized society, and have learned how to speak in the tongue of man. And but overall I'm peaceful, but I do like to play practical jokes. I feel that sometimes to take people down a peg, it isn't about like punching them or hurting them, but making them look like an idiot.
All right. So I got some questions. Did you take the halfling racial bonus?
I did.
Okay. So you got born of the soil, and I'm assuming you took the open sea.
I did.
What is your physical tell?
I have webbed fingers.
You got webbed fingers. You have webbed toes as well.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Okay. What else? You got by nature sustained. We're gonna talk about by nature sustained. I'm usually not a fan of just like, oh yeah, you don't have to eat or drink. We're gonna go with that if it ever becomes relevant is you don't need to, but it sucks.
Oh, okay.
You're still gonna be hungry, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that you can't just continuously do it.
How I've thought of it was like, I don't mind eating bugs and things that other people won't eat.
If you want to turn it into just forage, that's fine.
Yeah, I just thought it was like, like I'll reach under a rock, pick up some centipedes, and just straight up eat them.
There's definitely been an approach to it because foresting. I've also seen people be like, yeah, I just don't need this. Which is, spirit tongue, the grown tongue. Oh yeah, you can talk to any animal native to your land. Well, now here's the question. Since Killage isn't your native land, can you understand the animals of Killage, or are we talking more like you can understand fish and dolphins and crabs?
I would say coastal animals and sea animals. So like you might say like, like a parrot versus, like I said, like I mentioned, like an albatross, which is something he identifies to because he takes long journeys. But like, so like a lot of birds, a lot of a lot of sea life. I wouldn't say like if we go too on the other side of Killage, I probably wouldn't have a lot like as much experience with those animals.
Yeah, I get you. I think that's all I really need to ask you about.
I don't know how stats work yet. We might be getting there.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about your stat. So did you see what I put in chat?
No, I was too busy staring at my stuff. Sorry. Oh, okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So, just put them in. Those will give you put them in where all the 10s are. Those numbers will give you your modifiers.
Okay.
I think that's really all I gotta. Take a look through like your starting equipment as well to give yourself that.
Okay.
And then as we go on, also try to come up with a look for yourself. You don't need to stick to the look in the book. You can have a more descriptive one, but I do want you to be able to physically describe yourself.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing I'm getting to, but I do want to. I need to figure out where the. Oh, like what stats are important for a druid? I don't know.
I believe wisdom is really important. Yeah.
I mean,
Wisdom's
that makes.
important because that's how you
Okay.
shape shit.
Whoopsie. Okay. Got it. And then. Cool. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You might want to look also, look at your gear. You might want to also look up what kind of animals you can turn into because I can't remember them too well.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you take on the physical form of any species whose essence you have studied or who lives in your land. So in other words, coastal animals and sea animals are what you're going to be able to turn.
Yeah, things you can find on islands and coastlines and in the ocean, mostly. So.
Okay, Emmy, what do you have for Amelia West?
So Amelia West is she is a performer from. She probably like spent most of her life in
Gilltown.
What? Oh, no.
Well, no,
Not
it's gonna be
Gilltown,
important.
That's a ridiculous
Yeah,
name.
it's gonna be important for Emmy to be able to say the name of her hometown.
So
Aether Finn.
Aether Finn. It's look. I'm trying to say it in one of your human accents. It's really hard.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Just going, I did it in a human accent.
It sounds different when you say it underwater.
Yeah. She's actually. I think Amelia is a famous singer.
Okay.
And she came to the surface because she wanted to spread music to this desert to the north.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So tell me a little bit about Amelia West. So we got alignment. I'm just gonna override probably good and just change that to good. Perform your art to aid someone else. I think that works perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Race. What racial racial ability did you go with?
So this kind of depends on how much people like whether people like merfolk in this in what's the name of this in Killage. Like if they really like merfolk and like if she's super famous as a performer, then she might take the one where the minstrels will take her in as a guest when she enters a civilized settlement.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I might actually look at some other racials.
Can I pitch one to you based off what we've been talking about?
Yes.
You can speak merfolk, which only merfolk can speak.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, like how would you like having your own secret language?
I have my own secret language. All right.
That again, only merfolk can speak. This isn't something you're going to be able to like use amongst your party. They're going to look at you like,
It's
what
gonna
the
be something
fuck
that
did you
turns
just
out
say?
to never like show up, but except for what I don't know. She probably sings in. Actually, I think maybe it's called Merc. Just
Merc? Okay.
cause.
Okay, yeah, it can be called merc.
It's because Merfolk is a ridiculous name for a race.
Alright.
She speaks Merc, and
Alright.
probably sings in Merc as well.
Alright. Let me just bring up Bard and the SRD because the SRD is much better than Compendium. Let me just go through anything I might need to talk to you about. No. Oh yeah, Bardic lore. What is your area of expertise?
Oh crap! I forgot that's a thing. The music does not count, I imagine.
No, it doesn't.
Lore. Oh, area of expertise. Suppose she's probably has expertise in the legends of heroes past, but it's mostly heroes from the bottom of the sea.
Okay, yeah. I like that. Alright, charming and open. I do want to be really clear about charming and open just because I've seen a lot of people fuck it up. It very clearly says, when you speak frankly with someone, you can ask their player a question from the list below. They must answer it truthfully. I really do. It really does mean speak frankly. Like, I'm not going to let you mince words. If you want to ask me a question, you're going to need to flat out say what you want. What else? Rewind it. There's your gear, which you can go through. We'll talk about bonds in a bit once everything's sorted out. And that should be it. Okay. So once you guys are all geared up, and all your stats and stuff are ready, I want to talk about bonds. And we're getting close to being able to play. I'm glad this isn't turning into like a fucking. I was afraid this would go super quick, and guys would be like, "Oh man, this happened so fast."
How does gear work? Do we drag and drop, or do we just add it somewhere? Or
I don't know with these character sheets. I've always actually, I've never played the Dungeon World on Roll20, so I actually have always used this custom one I made in MS Paint, or not Paint, Word. So I can't tell you. I can fuck around in this, what's the word, test page I made. Try to find it.
I was gonna send Adam a fucking message, but he's a TwitchCon.
I'm fine with that. Let's see, sub. Oh yeah, in the underneath DW. There's sub. Sub is where your gear is. It's underneath
Perfect.
point. It's also where spells are supposed to be. Oh, and if you go to settings, you can also prioritize gear over spells.
Do I get 3 coins in addition to one of the choices from the list of items, or is it like
God, let me find your gear layout. Shit, where is it? Come on, the Shaw Seeker Salt. Okay. Choose one instrument. So with that, choose your clothing. With that, choose your armament. Okay, so the 3 coins are one of those 4 choices. You don't just automatically get them.
That makes sense. I thought the adventuring gear costs a lot less than it, so it makes sense. If you don't want adventuring gear, it's not really it.
Yeah. Something that might seem a little weird if you've never played a system like Dungeon, or if you've always played stuff like D&D. A lot of the options in this game are purely for aesthetic. They are on purpose, not as functional as some other stuff. Like, there's a ration and there is a feast. A feast costs more than a ration and does not feed you as much. The whole point is, a ration is something a feast is something you're just supposed to blow one fucking night on and just get super hammered and enjoy yourself. Like, it is, you know, jokey joke, fun time lore stuff.
Got it.
Okay. Don't forget to add your 2 fist weapons under gear, Irish.
Got it.
I have everyone's character sheets open just to make sure, you know, we don't get caught up. If anyone's wondering how the fuck I can see it.
He's a witch.
Should I just like manually, like I don't see anywhere in the SRD.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it manually.
Got it.
Just remember they have a weight of 2.
Oh, are you looking at my stuff? Sorry, I don't know.
No,
Just
sorry.
looking right now.
I'm just looking. I'm looking at everyone's stuff right now.
Okay. I'm scared that trying to add leather armor to my list of things is.
How's everyone doing? Anyone have any questions? Any problems?
No. I'm doing okay.
Spence,
Yeah.
how's your gear coming along?
I haven't gotten to it yet. Sorry.
No. It's fine. I just was wondering if like you knew to do that. How
Yeah.
How the fuck do you have 22 coin, Fist?
Choose 2 gear. I chose a shield and 22 coins.
Oh, holy shit. I forgot about that. That's right. That's right. Fighter can start rich. I always forget about that.
I figure, like, the healing potions made sense from a gameplay perspective, but, like, from a character perspective, if he beats people up for money, he's probably got some coins.
Yeah, I will always respect the... Oh yeah, I chose a fun thing over...
Right.
Hey Knuckle, so are you my bodyguard?
It's Fist.
Best? I thought you were
Knuck-
Knuckle.
No,
Let's not
he's
get into
about
bonds
this.
until we are all ready, but I like how you're thinking right now. So this is Fist all kitted out?
I believe so. I've got my knuckles listed, I've got my scale mail, my shield, the ration it says that I get. Your load is 12 plus strength, or STR I should say, so 14. Carry your signature weapon, dungeon rations, scale, shield, 22 points. Got all that figured out. I think I've got all my moves.
Hey Emmy,
Yeah?
I see you have like all the basic moves listed under your moves. Can you hit those and does it automatically roll? Wait, I can do it for me. You might want to add the basic moves to your move list, so you don't have to just roll 2d6. Like, Emmy has all the basic moves under there, and she can just click
okay.
them and they do the stuff. It's really good.
Where are basic moves found?
Yeah, Emmy, where did you put those in?
I just kind of searched the name in the compendium.
Got it.
Is there a list of basic moves so I can add them?
Yes, actually, if you go to underneath all the character sheets is a thing that just says handouts. I have a thing called Basic Moves Cheat Sheet that has the name of all the basic moves on it.
Wonderful.
Also an explanation.
I will add those.
Huge pain in the butt adding all these moves, like, or naming them all fancy.
I broke roll 20 again. Oh no, it's having a meltdown.
Must be because we're in a desert.
But
But
Oh, I have to add that as a special. That's a special racial one.
this makes me want to break out my fucking. Where it is. Shit, where is the name of it? What the fuck?
I think it deleted all my stuff.
Sorry, what?
When Roll20 crashed, I think it... Oh, no, it's coming back now. Okay.
Yeah, I got it all. I have it all for it.
Good. Alright, now... Gear... Where does gear go? I know I was saying I was working on that. Is that in our global modifiers, or what?
Head to, it's on.
Go ahead.
It's under the DW. There's a holy shit. You just no, not player NPC. It will say main. Go to sub. Sub as gear. Sub as
Oh,
main,
okay.
Spells and gear. You can also go to settings if you want to prioritize gear over spells and give it more room.
I can
Sure.
guess spells. Wait a minute.
Rules.
When I weave a performance into a basic spell, I can. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Is arcane art just the. Do I have to cast a spell somehow that I don't have? Or do I have to, like. Does it come from the effect?
Gear.
Or, like, is the spell the arcane art itself?
Come on.
I think that's. I think I get this.
Nope.
I like Fist a lot because, like, stat-wise, he's basically the same as fighter I have queued up for a Dungeon World campaign I want to do.
Nice.
The Oni woman I described. Man, fucking, she's great. She's French as all hell. Her name's Chloe Moreau. And her backstory is she wants to be the greatest bounty hunter alive.
Nice.
She went to college for it. The best part is this story takes place in like a modern day hell, and the joke me and a friend needed to come up with like how we knew each other, and my friend was like, yeah, I went to college, and I'm like, yep, that's how we met. I was in the same sorority as her. my
The
DM
same
said,
roomies.
you went to college for bounty hunting, and I'm like, yeah, I dual majored in criminal justice and business.
French. Took the easy way out. Majored in French, even though you're already French.
Yeah, I dual majored in business and bounty hunting, or
That's awesome.
business and criminal justice, to create my major of bounty hunting.
I think I'm almost good.
Do we just come up with our tags for gear as we go?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how like everything can have tags?
Yeah.
Do we come up with tags for our gear now or later? Maybe
which
I just
tags
don't
are you
understand the
referring
game yet.
Yeah, which tags are you referring to?
Gear tags for gear.
I
For
mean, what?
Objects we
Like-
own. Like descriptive elements that may increase chances of things happening or how they're used.
Oh, what kind of gear are you referring?
I'm just gear that we start with. Are we allowed to mess with the tags at all?
No, because those tags usually
Okay.
have things associated with them. Like,
Okay,
those tags are like signature weapon tags. Like, that's some shit fighter gets.
got it.
because
Got
of
it.
the
Okay.
I did remove clumsy from my armor because it told me to.
Yep, you do that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the things fighter gets. Fighter is not encumbered by armor. Or is not made clumsy by armor. Barbarian can do that, or Barbarian can just have +1 armor when they're not wearing armor.
Yeah, they've been unarmored.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Eldritch Tones makes me able to choose 2 effects for my magic thing at a time instead of just 1.
Just because this shit ain't crunchy doesn't mean it doesn't take a bit to set some of this stuff up.
Multi-class dagger.
Well, if anything, with it not being crunchy, it takes longer. Unless you're doing it as you go.
Don't forget to edit your armor value. This.
I was gonna do that, but it turns into a "you can't do that" nerd symbol when I try to edit it.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Huh.
Bonds, advanced moves.
It might just
Oh.
be.
Go under sub, go to, here, I can just do it for you. Go under sub, go to gear, and where your armor is, hit equip.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Got it.
Oh, should I also make my weapon be equipped as well?
You should probably equip your weapons, gang.
Got
Well,
it.
it depends. Actually, it depends on the situation. I'm gonna try to, you know, whatever. Never mind. Ignore me. But there might be a couple situations where you're just not going to have your weapons equipped because it's not appropriate to. But yeah, ignore me for now. Just keep doing your thing.
I feel like my character shouldn't have ostentatious clothes, but also shouldn't have leather armor.
I mean, I would
What do you
probably
think
just
she-
pick one just for the benefits, unless there's something else you wanted to do.
Ostentatious clothes is flat worse than leather armor because it is just clothing. But why don't you think she would have ostentatious clothing or leather armor? What do you think she would have instead?
I think that she would have like a modest like performance outfit, like kind of costume. Performing. I don't know.
Okay, why don't you write
I
down
imagine my
performance clothes?
character doesn't have like can't afford yet to have really fancy stuff.
Okay, so just how about like traveling clothes or something like that?
I'll do that.
You're just in plain dress essentially.
And of course, then I don't get my leather armor, but you know what? Whatever.
It's Dungeon World. Do not try to min-max. You'll find out not only that it's not as fun, it's also just not as effective.
What does armor do?
Reduces damage you take by 1.
Cool. I might grab the leather armor if I don't have my bodyguard.
That's up to you. Alright, I think we are, once we finish up our character sheets and we do bonds, I think we're going to take a break, and then we're going to get into it, okay?
Cool.
Yay. Ooh, and so this is a songbook. It's not in a Forgotten Tongue, but it's in Merc, so other people just can't read it.
Yeah, there you go. Not so much forgotten as not understood by many.
I don't think I have anything else to do. Maximum
Alright.
HP is 6 plus con, so let's see. That means I've got 6.
You have 6 HP, okay, that's good enough. Yeah, you're gonna need to add your hit points up, so...
Well,
6 out of
that's
6.
that's all I got. 6.
Alright, your looks all taken care of. You should calculate your max load.
My max load?
Yeah, max load. The max amount of weight you can carry.
Right. Is that a class thing or just like a rules thing?
That should be above your gear, actually.
Oh
Gear.
crap! I didn't do my.
Oh, 6 plus strength, so I have 5 load.
Strength or stir?
Stir,
Okay. So, yeah.
so 5.
This is what I mean, though, by the way, when I say, like, you can fucking really...
Oh, and my
be-
staff is 1 weight, so I need to make sure that I do that.
Your staff's a harpoon? That's fucking cool.
Yeah, my Well, it's a spear. My spear is a harpoon. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why would a
I have a rope tied to my wrist, and it's on the harpoon, and I throw it.
Why would she use a bow? That makes no sense.
Okay. I think that's it.
Alright. Well, Caspian's ready. It looks like Fist is ready. Y'all good?
And Caspian is gender fluid, so he, she just kind of decides whatever gender they feel like at the given moment. They're kind of just there.
Hell yeah. Alright. How's Fist?
Fist's doing good, I think. Like, if I click on hack and slash, for example, it rolls. I've got my 2d6 plus 2 strength plus 1 for serrated edges on my weapon to do the extra damage. I think that's right.
I don't think that's right. Let me see it.
Okay.
I believe serrated edges is just damage. I could be wrong.
So I maybe that's what I'm not understanding. When
Yes.
I see roll 7, is that just to hit? Or roll
That's just
damage?
a hit.
Okay.
That is just a hit. You roll damage just by clicking. Actually, I don't know if there's a damage roll. I think you just have to do it. Or maybe you can make your own damage roll or something. But yes, there's a difference between rolling to hit and rolling damage. Because
Got
your
it.
damage is a d10 plus 1.
Got it.
Or
Okay.
d10 plus 3. Because of stir and yeah.
Okay. So when I roll damage, it only rolls the d10 because I have to figure out what.
Yeah, that's weird.
Modifiers, maybe? Damage modifier? That's probably it.
Yeah, probably.
Plus. Let's see if that works.
Emmy, why are you scared to talk to yourself? As Amelia, so I can. Oh, okay. We're just figuring out that stuff.
It's not easy.
You've heard some of my whack fucking voices. You don't have to worry about sounding dumb in front of me.
There we go. 10 plus 3. Perfect. Now I gotta find a picture for Fist.
A token would be nice. Anyway. Emmy, if you're all like, ready, could I actually get a picture for you too? Like a token? That is not-
I'm using a flabebe at the moment because I don't know how to find a picture of a mer woman.
You look up merfolk.
Yeah, do merfolk look like people or do they look like fish monsters?
I think
That
it
is up to
depends.
you.
You
That
could
is
be a
up to
creature of
you.
the Black Lagoon, or you could be a person with gills on their neck.
That is up to you. Merfolk will probably get you creature from the Black Lagoon. If you want a mermaid, you probably Google mermaid.
I mean, it depends on whether you want legs or not.
That's true. That is also true. Do you want legs?
Oh, I'm wondering if maybe I should take that like multi-class and all of the things so that she can sometimes have legs. This probably matters.
I think
How about?
you could just have legs. You got flipper feet.
Yeah. How about we either say flipper feet, or you can switch between legs and a tail at will.
All of the mermaids on Google look exactly the same.
Let me guess. They look like Ariel.
They look like just women with blue tails and a bra.
How did I call it?
I don't know. I mean, let's see.
All blue. And you won't allow me to be a flower.
I will not allow you to be Flabebe. It helps if you put in search words like mermaid D&D, but you'd still get like, oh, check out my bra, man. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a. Oh wait, no, but then she would have armor. I don't know, it might be worth trying the armored women subreddit. There's a picture of more lesbians. What about a siren?
The siren will work too. I just want something that isn't a full baby.
Not a flabebe. This might be a good one. Except it's got some picture issues. It's totally an album cover with boobs. Sorry, I feel like I'm delaying the game now.
No, this is the hardest part of the game.
Yeah. Like, it is important to me that these feel like characters that exist in a world as opposed to your Flabebe token.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what's the token thing? Tokens? Okay, tokens now. There we go. I've got it. Should I give a close-up of her face, or should I give, her whole body? That's my
That fucking cotton.
What?
Oh, man. It'll never not be hilarious to me when I can, like, hear it in you. Like, in your lungs.
I don't know, someone else do this for me.
Yeah, sure. You better not give me a virus. Oh, that's a good one.
It totally is.
Alright, what kind of
Now I'm
reward
looking
are
at pictures of Laguna from Monster High. This is where this rabbit hole goes.
Maybe a gold or a green color
Okay.
for the border.
Alright, for the border. What kind of, you want kind of serrated edges? Do you want maybe a more metallic edge? What do you want?
I want a. Give me a polygon. One of those ones with the lines. The corner, or like the edges.
Do you want a hexagon, octagon, or 10-sided?
10.
12-sided is also not.
10. Let's go 10.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and one of those pretty background gradient things that exist. That like highlights the character's face. Cause that's nice. That looks pretty.
I'm dumb, I might not be able to do that for you, but I'll try.
Oh, it's like right next to the shape one.
Oh, I get you.
I just know that if I were to do it, it's gonna take me forever. Actually, can you do the basic ring?
Basic ring is background color, what do you want?
So, I guess kind of like a muted version of the color that you didn't pick for the border.
And you said you wanted a green. I chose a gold for the border, so you said you wanted a green? You want me to hit you up with a nice kind of seafoam green?
Totally.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time visualizing this.
Okay, I'm gonna edit it a little more. Okay.
It's like probably gonna be really pretty.
I hope so. How is... You want to work here, Mr. Stupid? How's this?
Um, did you send me at someone?
Oh, I changed your token.
Oh. Let's see. Oh, yes, totally.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so, just gonna give everyone's character sheet a quick once over, then we'll do bomb. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I think this is ready to go. This looks ready. Caspian, what do we got? Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I know this can take a bit.
What? I don't got nothing. I'm good. What do I need to do?
I'm just saying everything looks good. I was apologizing for this taking so long.
Oh, I don't mind it taking at all time things.
And Amelia looks good. Is Amelia's hit points just is 6? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, now we're going to talk about bombs. So, my advice to each... Well, I guess I should explain bombs. So, here's the importance of bombs. In Dungeon World, you gain experience one of 3 ways. At the end of a session, I will ask you guys, did you discover anything valuable? Did you, defeat a worthy opponent? Or did you do something noteworthy? And all of those things can have you mark experience. Another way you gain experience is through failing rolls. Whenever you do a move, and roll beneath a 7, that's a failure. A bad thing will happen to you, but you also mark down 1 experience. And the other way you do get experience is through bonds. Bonds are your relationship with other player characters, and they change over time. So, for example, this might see Caspian as some dumb child that can't defend themselves. But if Caspian were to defend herself in a fight, Fist might then see her and go, oh, okay, I underestimated this person. I need to respect her. That would resolve the bond. You'd write down your new bond, and you'd mark experience for resolving your old one. So it is important for you guys to have bonds with each other. The game incentivizes you to have interpersonal relationships with each other in the party. So I want to talk about the bonds between the 3 of you. How do you 3 know each other? I'm gonna pass this to Irish first. What bonds do you think you have with Caspian? What bond do you have with Caspian? It can be something from the book, or you can make one up.
I kind of like the idea of, Fist obviously being from that, the city. Well, he's from the island because he's an orc, but, he came to the city for whatever reason I haven't decided yet, but because he kind of trolls that seedier part of town, I like the idea that both bonds have something to do with their characters' interactions with that part of town. Like whether or not I stepped in to, stepped in without Caspian realizing it and stopped him from getting attacked or hit or something like that, as well as, I think with Amelia, maybe seeing her in the wrong part of town and seeing her kind of as what I would perceive to be a helpless person, I would, have either done the same thing or something similar, basically keeping them out of trouble that they don't even realize they're getting into. So the 2 that I had written down were just from the book, Caspian owes me their life, whether they admit it or not, and I have Amelia is soft, but I will make them hard like me.
Okay. How do... I don't... What am I looking for? I'm fine with the Amelia one, because it is how you view Amelia as a character, not how... not an agreed-upon backstory. But the Caspian one, I'm going to go ahead and ask Spence. Spence V, are you okay with Fist having saved Caspian's life?
I am, except that Caspian's plan is that she noticed Fist. Is that what it is again?
Yeah, his name is just Fist. Or
Fist.
That's all you know him as.
And Fist is kind of, like using, like, since my character's kind of wise, just notices that Fist's only thing tethering Fist to kind of being a person that, like, is contributing to the world is protecting others, so that he needs something to protect. So I willingly threw myself into a very dangerous situation, and I feel now that Fist has, like, another person to protect. Fist is less likely to get hurt himself by others, or to hurt himself, like, by, kind of turning to greed or something like that.
Okay, so to put this into a simple thing, your bond with Fist is just, I let Fist protect.
Yeah, I got into a bad situation.
Try to distill it into one sentence. That one sentence being, I let Fist protect me. Like.
Yeah.
But it sounds more like a mutually beneficial relationship. Like.
Yes.
Fist might not see it as like, oh yeah, this person's looking out for me, but like, you could view it as like, yeah, me and Fist, I look out for Fist, Fist looks out for me.
Give Fist a purpose, like, I might seem like, if whenever we hang out, I might seem like the cartoon sidekick, because I am like if it's a Disney movie, I'm like the weird shape-shifting little guy, but I'm just trying to, I don't know how to distill it into one sentence.
No, from what you're talking about, it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah.
It's just one that Fist might not recognize as being.
Right. Fist doesn't understand it from his perspective as a mutually beneficial relationship. He sees it as you're almost like a bug that he's trying to keep from getting squashed, but there's more of a cerebral effort from your end that he doesn't notice.
Yeah, my character tries to give purpose to others, or to make them not be so serious.
Well, then, here's my follow-up question. Are you two friends?
Yes. I think I try to make Fist laugh.
Okay, so you count Fist as a friend. Fist, do you count Caspian?
Yeah, maybe that's why I stepped into whatever situation I stepped into, because he's a familiar face that fills a role in Fist's life that he doesn't otherwise have, whether that's laughter or, I think that's a good idea. Like, nothing about Fist's life is laughter, so when he saw that, potential problem occurring, that's why he stepped in. Like, no, don't squish my little friend. I like my little friend.
I like this a lot. Okay, so that's Fist and Caspian. Now, Caspian also says, Amelia's soft, but I will make them hard.
Oh, that was Fist.
The Fist, excuse me. So, Fist, Amelia's soft, but I will make them hard. I'm assuming you're just saying, like, Amelia does not seem tough enough to be a seedier person.
Right, and it's not even based on their personality as of yet. It's based on the fact that she's a mermaid singer. Like, in Fist's eyes, that's not a way that you can get by in the world. The world's too... If you want to be a pop star, the world will chew you up and spit you out kind of thing.
Okay. Now, is this a condescension kind of thing, or is this another, like, oh, I should help this person out?
I think this one's maybe a little bit based in condescension, almost like the baby bird mentality, like,
I don't, because I don't know what that is, but I'll trust you on that.
I'll try to find a description of it, but basically, yeah, the idea being that, like, if somebody doesn't stop you from getting squished, the world is just going to chew you up and spit you out.
Gotcha. So, alright. Now, follow-up question. Would you consider Amelia a friend?
Maybe not yet.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to toss it to Emmy now. Emmy, how do you view Caspian and
So I think Amelia, she's new to the land world. So I think Amelia most of it is based on this like romanticized view of the world, um, that she has no real experience with.
So she's naive.
So maybe.
Okay.
So like she knows that Caspian is probably a sailor. Is that right?
Kind of. I mean, Caspian has found his way onto sailing ships and things like that, but just kind of a traveler. I don't know.
I think Amelia is kind of what's the word? She's not completely trusting of sailors because they're not very predictable in her eyes.
I would say that,
A
yeah,
lot of
thinking that
stories
I'm not
about sailors doing
predictable.
horrible things.
Yeah.
Not many stories about sailors doing good things.
Ooh.
So she probably her bond with Caspian is that he doesn't trust her, like, completely.
All right. She does not trust Caspian. No, it's a good. Because you might want to write down because Caspian is a sailor, she doesn't trust. Like, don't make it specifically about that sailor. I wouldn't just say does not trust Caspian as a sailor. All right. So Amelia, what is your bond with this?
I think, along with that, I like romanticized view of the surface. She's probably seen Fist like kind of defend someone. So maybe in her eyes, Fist is like a hero to tell stories about.
Well, now here's my question. Was Fist defending Caspian, or was Fist defending, like, just some random person? Because that doesn't sound like something Fist would do, unless you just caught Fist, like, trying to, like, no, you can't fuck with my guy, he's paying me. So, yeah, did you actually see Fist defend Caspian, or did you catch Fist in a very, very rare moment of all stories?
Well, I think she probably saw Fist defend Caspian.
Okay.
But that can be, I'm totally okay with if Irish has an objection to that.
Yeah. Actually,
No, I'm fine with it.
I think that brings up a good point. What did you save Caspian from?
I like to imagine, at least from my perspective, because it's clear that Caspian has a level of understanding that Fist doesn't. But from Fist's perspective, he was on the wrong side of town and he stepped on the wrong shoes or stepped on the wrong toes, I guess is the better way to say that. And whether he actually intervened with a punch or just intervened by stepping in between whoever was going to cause the problem and Caspian, that's more or less what he saved him from. So saved him from an ass beating, whether it was real or not. Fist probably isn't smart enough to figure that out.
Okay. You good with that, Spence?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I probably made fun of somebody that I shouldn't have made fun of. And I was definitely going to get my ass kicked.
Alright.
But, it's all for the lulz.
You say that again, you're ending it.
Oh.
What else? Alright, and I guess my last question is, Caspian, what is your bond with Amelia? Because it sounds like you worked out your bond with Fist.
With Amelia, I think that Amelia, so like I'm protecting, if I'm kind of like trying to balance people's natures, I'm protecting Fist from wrath by encouraging Fist to show, protection. And with Amelia, I'm trying to protect Amelia from the potential for vanity, because Amelia is not vain, but she's very pretty and she is very
Oh, God.
naive.
Are you just fucking negging Amelia? Like,
No, I. What?
I'm being serious about this. How does one protect someone from vanity?
I mean, if that seems like a douchey character trait, that's not what I'm shooting for, and that just might be my nature as the player. But
Caspian is a sailor indeed.
no, I think that people,
Are
you
you
know,
trying to
risk.
say you don't want to let her get caught up in the fame? Maybe
Yeah, get caught up in the paint.
in the paint. What? No, fame, not paint.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. You know how your entourage, kind of keeps you real. Like they remind you of where you came from.
Okay, I can accept that. Yeah.
I mean, I came from the ocean too, and I'm all like, "Yo, remember where you came from."
All right.
So I'm just gonna put down "Remember where you came from."
Amelia, remember where you came from. No, don't do that. Actually, write down like keep her grounded or don't
Okay.
let her turn red or something like that. Here's my question for you though. Based off the Yvonne, it sounds like you're maybe not as chaotic as you're describing. It sounds like you're actually pretty protective of people.
Okay.
Is it would you maybe want to say like good, try to bring out the best in others or something like that, or do you think this is an alignment that you
I don't think I'm like I'm not like gonna steal from anybody, you know. I use unconventional means to bring out the best in people.
Okay, so yeah. Well, I would write down uses unconventional means to try to bring out the best in people. Yeah, that works really well for now. Actually, I would just probably leave it at bring out the best. The
Okay.
unconventional means thing can weigh you down in ways you don't want it to. Is that all good? Other than Irish, if I could get a little more description in your look category, I'm really happy with what we've made here tonight. And why don't we take a 10-minute break and come back?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just the one from the fighter background thing.
Yeah. You can use those if you want, or you can write your own thing. Just a little more description would be good. Why don't we all come back at 8:25?
Okay.
Yay.
I'm going to mute myself just in case you have questions. Guess who's back? Back
Back
again.
again.
The Shoss is back. Tell a friend.
I'm
All right. Y'all ready to get back into it?
I am. I'm just ordering
Yeah.
food because I mixed painkillers with alcohol last night and it ruined my day today. So I
Oh,
didn't
man,
go
you-
out to the grocery store.
At least you live in a city and can order almost anything. I live in Montana and have very few options.
Oh crap! There's a helper bot.
Yeah, we got a helper bot now. Just installed it.
It's only for D&D, but I'm sure, if we need other stuff, whatever.
Is it Avery or Avery?
I think it's Avray. You can call it whatever you want. I could probably even rename it for all I know.
You're the boss. All right. We all ready? We all in here? No, Irish is ready.
Oh, did Roll 20 close?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're in a spot you made people.
I made people.
Did you make all of those?
You're up.
Wow.
Welcome to Dungeon World, where you're actually supposed to make people.
All well,
right, so
if you ever need tokens, I have the premium account. I can just drag them on for you. Continue.
all right. So you guys are in a tavern in the commercial district of Desha. Now here is my question for you. I got two questions for you guys. One, what's the name of this tavern?
Oh, go ahead.
Which district are
The commercial
You're
district.
in a good bar. You're in a good bar.
we in? Fist doesn't know the name of this place because he's never been.
Oh, really? It's called the Old Standard.
All right. Welcome to the Old Standard. Now, you're in the Old Standard, and the bartender's already mad at one of you. Why and what did you do?
I
Oh,
didn't
go ahead.
pay.
Yo.
You didn't pay?
I didn't.
Why didn't you pay?
I thought that someone else was buying my drink.
Well, if you thought it was me, I have no money.
All right.
So maybe I told you I would pay, and then
All right. So
couldn't.
The bartender, whose name you do not know yet, is looking at you just really incensed. Like, what do you mean you thought someone's paying for your drink? You're no one ordered you anything. You just came in, you ordered something, and what do you mean?
That's how it, oh crap, what's the name of the... No, I already
Old
forgot the
Standard.
name of my... What?
Oh, that's how, what, oh, is it Merfolk City or something?
Yeah.
Ah, shite. God,
Gilltown.
I think, yeah, you can say Gilltown.
Weirdos call it.
Aetherfen. You can call it Aetherfen.
Aetherfen.
Technically,
Aetherfen, but...
Aetherfen, but yeah, we'll know it as Aetherfen.
That's the part. Is,
So you...
how it works in Aetherfen.
Well, we're not in Aetherfen. We're not in Gilltown now, are we? Oddly enough, we're breathing oxygen up here. I don't think we're under the law.
My character is laughing, like hysterically, on the ground.
I don't see what's so funny, little man. You haven't paid either.
I'm just raffling, and then just kind of like, all of a sudden I start like climbing underneath their feet, kind of like crouched under them.
You hear the bartender mutter under his breath and just turn to God. Before the day is over, before you leave, I want you to pay. Otherwise, banned. You're all banned if you don't pay. I know your faces. I won't forget you.
I look at Amelia and I'm like, don't worry. Well, we could find some money. I assume. What do you think? Where do we get money?
Good question. where do you guys think you can get some money? This, I do want to point out, that's 22 coin.
Yeah, and hasn't offered up any of it.
I've never asked him to pay for anything. Would you?
I mean, I have a mouth. I could make pretty words from it.
Well, you could give it.
Entertain the bar.
You can give it a try.
Okay. So you want to try to do a little performance so you can raise some money in the end?
Yes.
All right. Are you just going to do this, or are you going to offer this as a way of retribution?
Yeah, I'm offering it. If like I don't know if these people have really strange customs. I don't know if they're just like they don't let people sing whenever they want in bars. I mean, clearly, like they make you pay for your drinks, so everything is weird here.
Yeah. Go ahead and guess what? We're gonna do a roll. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is a parlay roll. You have a thing you could be offering to Magni, or the bartender. You don't know his name yet. So just give me a parlay roll.
Yes.
Well, first actually do the off proposition and then do the roll. I want to hear you off.
Well, I did say the thing that she was gonna say. I have a mouth. I can entertain the guests and sing.
That is, ma'am, if you're offering that kind of entertainment, I think you best take yourself to the
Wait, no, I'm not a prostitute. I'm a singer.
Oh, okay. Well, how do I know you're any good? For all I know, you could sound like a seagull. I don't need you driving away business.
Amelia's just gonna kind of sing a song in her language about fish eating other fish.
I
But
think
it's
that
like,
is.
like a lullaby.
Yeah, I think I have no reason to believe it isn't a good sounding song. I think that definitely fulfills the concrete assurance.
I don't.
Yeah, he's okay with it. He's like, okay, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, a couple songs and yeah.
I don't know her language, but I know the song, so I'm just singing along, slapping my knee, like looking around, wondering why people aren't singing along.
Oh, I don't know if I made this perfectly clear. You're physically incapable of speaking words.
I forgot. I'm doing my best, but it's not happening.
Yeah, okay. So, he directs you to, he kind of points you to, you see those two signs over there? He just kind of says, like, yeah, there's a little kind of raised stage you can set up on if you just sing a few songs. I'll tell you what, you can, if it sounds good, I won't charge you. You can keep any tips you make.
Oh, thank you very much. What's your name? Beer Boy?
Matt. It's not Beer Boy, I can tell you that much.
Beer Boy.
Sorry, can you say that again?
It's Magni Brumhill.
Magni Bromhelm. Okay. Is that spelled with a hiss or a roo? Oh no, I have to. No. She's gonna head over this way toward the thing and start singing.
Okay. What do you or you're singing? Fist, what are you doing?
Grabbing cups that are on the bar that don't belong to me, that have things in them, and drinking it. So if somebody left like a half-empty glass on their way out, I grab it and I drink whatever's left.
I think Magni is just giving you the dirtiest stink eye watching this, but he doesn't say anything.
I haven't even noticed.
Okay. What are you doing, Spence?
I am I am like wandering over, and I see like this this couple up here, and I'm like, I kind of like I kind of get behind the woman, and I say, "Did you see the way he just checked out the waitress? Oh, disrespectful, disgraceful, absolutely terrible." And I just kind of like am wandering around doing things like that.
Okay, she looks at you and goes, "This is my brother. You need to stop making assumptions, you horrible little freak." Pushes you away. So far, both you and Fist have made yourself just delightfully unwelcome at this bar.
I
Try
Okay.
my hardest to make a good-looking stage. Yeah, that's a word for a stage. Set it.
Could you move that to back? Or
Yeah,
move
I'm sure.
it up there?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay. So, oh god damn, it's not letting me edit it. Ah, whatever. I'll just say you're on the stage for now. So you're about a song in when this table in front of you starts throwing food.
Oh.
Yeah, you sound fine. I want to point this out. You sound fine. It's good. This is a song that has made you money before, and you know it pleases people. But these dudes and that one woman is throwing shit at you. What are you gonna do?
This must be one of these land people customs. She's gonna pick up some of the food that just got thrown at her. She's gonna like think about it for a moment. And then she's gonna toss it back.
Good girl. That's exactly what I was gonna do.
Roll me a volley really quick, because I want to see something. Okay. Huh.
She just throws like a
All right,
mermaid.
you hit the big guy in the bottom left, just in the face with the tomato, and he stands up, and he's fucking mad. You can tell he's mad, and he's rushing up to you. He doesn't look like he's about to start a fight, but he does look angry as hell, and you notice he has a cudgel, like, on his belt. What do you, oh, okay, so, how does this go? Yeah, I guess this guy gets right up in your face and just shouts, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
Participating in the culture is.
Yeah, that's a move. I don't know what backward fucking town you come from, but when you have fruit in front of you, that's what you should know. You're shit at singing and get off the stage.
Does the bartender seem at all alerted by this?
Yeah, you look at the bartender and he kind of sighs to himself like he's used to this kind of shit.
I go up. So he's making fun of her?
Oh, he's not just. They were making fun of her. This guy is now just yelling, like.
I'm going to start poking him in the gut.
Alright, I think he turns to you and screams, "What?" in your face.
Can you go away? You're very unpleasant to look at and smell and pretty much everything else.
Okay. You know what? I think he's gonna throw a punch.
Okay. Come at me, bro.
Do you want to, and this is when we're gonna go to the basic moves cheat sheet.
So I didn't add any of the
Fight danger?
I didn't add any moves to my basic moves to my sheet because I didn't realize that they weren't on here.
Let's just talk about Defy Danger, because Defy Danger does look a little differently. The macro wouldn't help these. So Defy
okay.
Danger, this guy is gonna try to punch you. When you act despite an imminent threat or suffer a calamity, say how you deal with it and roll. So how would you want to try to deal with this dude that's trying to punch you?
I am going to try to. I'm not going to try to fight back. What I'm going to try to do is anticipate his moves and to dodge out of the way, try to wear him down.
Okay, so you're just what you're saying is you're ducking and dodging and weaving and diving.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus dex.
So I just do this. Wait, no, that didn't work.
What is your dex modifier?
Oh, okay. It just came kind of slowly.
Hey,
Was that-
guess what? You dodged every punch. Every punch has been through you. You just ducked and weaved and nothing connected. This man is tired. He's breathing heavy, and you.
And
the
he
bartender-
looks stupid too, because he
Yeah, he
didn't
looks
hit this little
really
tiny.
dumb. He's tired, but he's maybe even angrier than he was before. So you hear Magni from the bar just shout towards you, "Hey, no fight, no trouble in the bar."
I'm not fighting.
Times, Barry, no trouble in the bar. And you hear one of the guys from the table he came from just yell at him like, "Barry, that was enough. Just sit down. Stop making an ass of yourself." And Barry looks at you. He gives a snort of in like, what's the word? Not indifference. No. Anyway, he's mad at you and he's sitting down. So, Magni kind of calls like what's the word? Shoos you down from the stage. He's beckoning you guys to come back to the bar. You can kind of tell he just doesn't want to get a fight started. And he addresses you, Amelia, and says, "Look, that was no, that's my berry book. That was great. You did good. We'll call it there. We'll call it there. I don't want you. You'll have to excuse those four. They come in and they start shit all the time. I just can't get the guards to keep them out."
Oh, well, maybe. I mean, the guards aren't going to help you. You need private security or something.
What do you mean?
You need yeah. I am a strongman.
No offense, kid. You look to have just barely come of age, and you're built like a twig, and your singing companion over there looks just as strong in a fight. I don't quite see how you two could help.
I don't quite agree, but I will I will make myself useful somehow, I suppose, if it'll let me continue to drink for free.
Does Mist react any to being offered to this idea of offering his services and kicking the shit out of people?
Yeah, I was basically just waiting for everybody else to finish their turn, but when he says, maybe you need private security, I'm probably gonna stand up and like push the chair out from behind me and do that thing where like somebody just kind of turns their neck and it makes like a sickening crack.
Alright, Magni sees that and goes, "Oh, are you with those two?
Mm-hmm.
Now you look like you could handle yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make you a deal. You get those rabble out of here. I'll pay you 5 gold. Live amongst yourselves."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so does Amelia not see herself as being with them? With
Probably not.
Okay. So before we get the punching started, upon being offered this, what is this job of kicking the shit out of 4 strangers? What does Amelia do?
Amelia's just gonna. She's gonna ask if she can hang out on stage and sing songs about these guys kicking the shit out of the other people.
I mean, that's an interesting place to put yourself in a fight, but sure. Yeah. So just because this is a quote-unquote tutorial game, I'm going to ask one of you guys to do a roll. I won't bring... This will be a free roll. I won't make a bad thing happen to you. I just want to showcase different parts of the game. So, before you get the fight started, Fisk, you size this table of people up. And I want you to roll... You know what, actually, I'll have Spencer do this, because Spencer could get more out of this. Or, Caspian could get more out of this. So, I want Spencer to roll something called Discern Reality. When you study a situation or person, roll plus whiz. On a 10 plus, you can ask me 3... Holy shit. Okay, so, ask... do you have the basic moves cheat sheet open?
The basic move I did a moment ago. Let me get it back. Wait.
Go down to Discern Realities. It's underneath Spout Lore. It's between Spout Lore and Parlay.
Moves. So wait, there's a basic moves. Is it in the compendium or is it just you want me to get it from the regular SRD?
It's on the handout.
I have a handout.
I see. My roll 20 is partially broken, but now I'm back. Okay, I'm on it. Here I am.
Okay. So go down to Discern Realities.
Okay. And
since you rolled above a 10, you get to ask me 3 of those questions. I will answer honestly.
okay, I'm gonna ask, what should I be on the lookout for? Like, is there any? Does he have friends here? Is there any other source of danger?
Okay, those. What should you be on the lookout for? Let me think. Those 4 are definitely in cahoots. And no one else seems to be with them. But you also notice that the woman at the bar that was sitting next to you guys is also a dangerous person.
Okay, and I don't know if that tipped it off or if I should burn this on this, but I want to ask who's really in control here, because she looks like she might be
that woman at the bar. 100%.
Okay.
That woman at the bar, if she wanted to, could kick the shit out of everyone.
Okay, and what is about to happen?
This is about to punch one of them in the face and get a fight started. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say, adding on to the who's really in control here, the guy in the top left of that table seems to be the toughest out of all 4.
Okay. So this might boil out of control and could be dangerous. I am going to try to distract this woman.
Oh, I don't know if I made this clear. She's not with them.
Oh, I thought you said she was with them. Okay.
No, she is not with them.
Okay. Then I am going to go up to this man, and I'm going to start talking about, you come here often?
So wait, are you distracting this table?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna exercise another teaching moment. Could you please give me an aid or interfere roll?
Sure. Let me get my cheat sheet.
Because I'm assuming Fist is just going to walk up and slug one of these guys.
Yeah, basically.
So
walk up, take his drink, finish it, and then punch him in the face.
Do I have any bond? Like, I have +1 bond with Fist,
yeah,
then?
+1 bond with Fist. I want you to roll 2d6 +1, and if you roll well enough, I'll let you have a +1 for Fist's next hack and slash.
Okay.
A 9. Okay. So
Not the best.
Yeah, not the best. You are okay, so
I am in danger now.
Yeah, Fist still gets that +1, but I am going to bring that to bear against you.
Right.
So, Fist, your turn, my dude. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna walk up to Barry.
Alright.
I'm gonna pull his drink off the table.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drink it.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna punch him in the face.
He looks at you, he's distracted, he looks at you, he's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And you plug him right in the face. Yeah. Roll hack and slash, please. plus an extra +1.
All right, so that would
That
be
brings it. That brings it to a 9. Roll damage.
Alrighty.
Right.
Great. Couple
Four.
of ones in there.
That's unfortunate. Do you want to use your human ability and re-roll that?
I do very badly.
All right.
There we go.
What'd you get instead? Okay. Is this lethal or non-lethal?
I'm assuming non-lethal because I'm doing what I'm paid to do.
That's
So I'm throwing them out. I'm not killing them.
All right. After you finish your drink, Barry just looks at you and goes, "What the fuck do you think?" He doesn't get to finish that thought. You crack him across the jaw so fucking hard, he just falls right off the stool and onto the ground. But the woman behind you, seeing this happen, goes, "Oh, I guess it's on then!" And let's see how much damage you take. She hits you in the back with a little dagger, and you take 3 damage.
All right, I have 3 armor, so do I take 0 damage?
Yeah, that just glances. She stabs at you, glances right off the armor. She just tries to stab you right into some breastplate. Nope, that ain't happening. All right. At seeing this fight start, seeing Fist do that, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the guy Spencer was talking to sits up and goes, "Oh, I get it now. You're starting some shit. Well, small man, let's get this going." He's gonna try to attack you, Spence, but I will let you defy danger.
Okay, I am again gonna do my try to wily coyote. Oh nope.
All right. Well, it's not a complete failure. None of you have failed outright, which is interesting. So okay. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice.
I will choose.
That's not up for
Oh.
you to choose, my dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, in dodging, he like you're kind of ducking and weaving between his shit. You end up falling into some of the furniture and just breaking a stool. And you hear Magni shout from behind, like, "Hey, don't bust things up! I gotta pay for that!"
So there's destruction of property, essentially.
Destruction of property. Yes.
Okay.
Can I use my singing?
I was just about to say. I mean, what is Amelia?
So, Amelia's singing about what's going on in the battle, putting some special emphasis into when someone's like coming up behind either Caspian or Fist.
Okay.
So like kind of reveal that, make sure everybody's aware, hey, this person's being sneaky.
Okay, so what is that doing?
I think I can oh no, that's not what I thought it was.
I'll let that be an aid or an interfere, but I think I know what you're talking about. That's not how that works.
Okay.
Arcane art, yeah.
Yeah, I had thought that was I misread a bullet point.
I can't blame it. Do you want to try to do a different arcane art? Do you want to try to aid or interfere?
I guess I would want to have that be an aid or interfere.
Okay.
The main point is making it so that everybody's aware, like my allies are aware.
Okay. Roll aid or interfere.
Right. Okay. Well, I get an experience point.
Yep, mark experience. It's really hard to hear you over the din of this fucking fist fight. Like, a stool shattering is louder than your voice. I'm gonna move it back to Caspian. Caspian, your move. What are you gonna do?
I am going to turn into a giant crab.
A giant crab?
A pretty big crab.
Okay, how big we talking?
Like, as big as... I don't know. Like, as big as a large dog.
All right. I guess crabs can get as big as a large dog around here.
Is that? I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, so
But I didn't do too great. So I think it hold. Let's see, what is it?
yeah, you have one hold to make a move, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's one. So
Oh no, you have two. You have two holds.
okay, but is that the end of this turn, or do I get to make a move other than that?
You go ahead and make a move.
Okay, I am going to hack and slash with my crab claws.
Okay, what does that look like? Describe it for us.
I am going to pinch his ankle and try to
Alright.
pull him to the ground.
All right. Go ahead and hack and slash.
Okay. Oh wait, but so my normal strength is -1.
Yes.
How? So I just roll it as normal.
Yeah, roll as normal because I don't believe there are stats associated with this. Okay. What do I want to do?
I mean,
Here is what I'll offer you, Spencer.
okay.
That is not a big crab, and you're not a strong person. Because your regular damage roll will be a d6, correct?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna offer you. I'll let you roll a d4 for damage, and
Okay.
you'll yank him to the ground. But since you're a crab and you've got like a really hard exterior, his little shitty knife is not about to hit you.
Well, there we go. 1 damage.
Alright. You do 1 damage, and all right. No, I offered you no damage. So yeah, you don't take any damage. He doesn't get a good slash at you. He's
Okay.
Shit. All right. Now we have Fist. Fist, what are you doing?
I'm gonna turn around because that lady tried to stab me in the back.
Oh,
and-
didn't try. She did technically. It didn't hurt.
Got it. And then I'm gonna try to knock her block off.
All right. Elaborate on the block knock, and what does that look like?
A really short, swift inside uppercut right under the chin.
Oh, let's see this.
Hopefully it works.
Yeah. Okay. You get her right under the chin. Let's see a damage roll.
Alrighty.
Okay, so right as you turn, she does another slash with her dagger, her shitty little dirk, and just connects with breastplate again. She doesn't get anything, no damage, and you just break her fucking jaw.
Then-
She falls backwards so fast, just hits the floor.
I'm gonna since I hit her with my right hand, with my left hand, I'm gonna reach onto the table for her drink, and I'm gonna drink that.
You're just gonna pound it right afterwards? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a fan. Amelia, what are you doing?
I think the problem that happened here is that I'm speaking the wrong language. I can't improvise in this tongue. Amelia's gonna like step forward. She's not an acrobat who can jump onto the table, but she's gonna pick up a glass and no, she's not going to pick up a glass and knock it on someone's head. I don't know what she's gonna do, but she's probably going to whack someone.
I would say pick up a glass, bash someone over the head with a mug. That's great. Do that.
She's gonna like step, I mean not really behind, but like to the side of this guy, I don't know his name, that guy though, and she's gonna whack him upside the head with a nug.
All right. Let's see where hack and slash go.
Oh look, I didn't fail.
All right. Let's get damage.
Oh gosh, how do I do that? Oh, there we go.
All right. You connect. Like you sneak up behind this guy. He kind of hears you coming though, and he spins around expecting this. So he stabs, and he gets you a little bit. Like he gives you a cut across the arm, but you just, congratulations, you cracked this man hard against the skull with a mug of beer. He's out like a light. All right. Now we're back to Spence. Spence, you're
Okay.
both on the ground.
I am going to turn into there's a type of giant squid that lives off the coast here. It's not like giant. It's a big squid. They spray a lot of ink, and the ink also is kind of acidic, so it can really sting the eyes. So I'd like to use a move as a volley to squirt ink into this man's eyes.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay, as long as that's not like a ridiculous thing. It didn't work too good anyway.
Well, let me think.
You can let him attack me. I mean, I know I'm very fragile, but that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I think since you transformed into a squid right next to this man who's already swinging around a knife, you get him. Roll damage.
Okay.
All right, you get this man. You sizzle through his armor. That was loud. He's clearly in a lot of pain, but he hasn't gone down yet. And he's gonna try to take a swipe at you. Let me just remember how much damage this man does. What is his character sheet again? All right, it's the same as. That's right. It's just the same as that. Oh, he gets you good. He stabs you. Like
Okay. So I'm at
gives
1
you a
HP.
good old- yeah, he gives you a good old skewer. It is Fist's turn now. Fist, you just watched your friend get stabbed almost to death.
And I'm super upset if there was any ale in that mug that broke.
That's what you take away from it?
Yep. But I circle the table, grabbing glasses as I go, and I'm gonna come up behind this guy and try to punch him right in the back of the head.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, before you can bring your full weight down to bear, he just tries to sweep your legs, and tries to sweep your legs and give you a good stab. And he does. He gets you really bad in the shit, like right in the calf. It's not as well armored down there, so knife slips through. But you get to punch him. All right, he's on the ground. So what does this look like?
I think it's like a 2 hands above the head.
Like a Star Trek punch.
Yeah, exactly. Like
You
if he
hit him-
stabbed me in the leg, I'm kind of like already looking down, and then I look at him and just labap two fists across I guess his face now that he's looking at me.
All right, you bloody this man's face. You break his nose, and you break his spirit, and you break his consciousness too, because the man's out like a light. Congratulations, you've defeated my tavern bandits. So the onlookers that are watching are cheering for you guys. You can kind of tell that these people are not welcome folk here, but no one's really been able to deal with their shit. So
The squid is hurt.
I mean, I changed back into a halfling, but I guess I didn't realize that, like, if I'm an animal, I'm still going to be relying on strength a lot, because I didn't understand the game. But that's okay. I'm going to...
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I just don't know enough about animal shapes, if that makes sense. So
Neither do I. But
Yeah.
I can't find any examples online. I was looking while we were hanging out, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yuki, talking though. Talk about yourself.
Okay. So, Al, I can still feel my tentacles hurting. I don't have them anymore, but I feel like they're missing, like they were all cut off.
Oh, you poor thing. Maybe Amelia can sing a lullaby. Make Caspian feel a little better.
Yeah, you
That
can do that.
is one of those arcane effects.
I'll let you do that. We'll see what happens here.
Yay! Oh gosh, this is lots of stuff. That's.
So you heal one of the bad guys?
Yeah, the guy that Fist just knocked the fuck out, you see his nose kind of knitting itself and coming back together, and he sits up and goes, What just happened?
Oh.
Fist sits here, this man you just knocked the fuck out is getting up, what do you do?
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing I did before.
Alright, let's see it.
It's just like, I think I like turned my head because I don't understand like that. I've done that move hundreds of times and it always finds its mark. So we try again.
Did Caspian at least feel a little better? Or...
I do. I'm back at full health.
Caspian's back at full. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say, here's another learning moment. Here's a fun learning moment. Hack and slash isn't needed for every roll, even if you punch someone. Like, if you punch an unarmored dude on the ground who's just groggily waking up, I'm not gonna make you roll hack and slash for that. Or at least I shouldn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, roll damage. Hey, you knocked him the fuck out even better. Congratulations, his nose came back, and you looking down at him going, oh man, that usually works. You doubled down on your efforts to make sure he didn't get up from this one, and he didn't get up from that one.
Okay, good.
But, yeah, so that's another little learning moment. Incapacitated enemies you don't need to roll against, just hit.
Got it.
So, hearing the commotion kind of die down, Magni steps out from behind the bar, and he just looks at you guys, and he goes, well, that was pretty impressive, if I do say so myself, but you did break one of my stools, and I will have to deduct a bit of payment from that. I got a business to run after all. Can't have everyone breaking my shit. So, I'll let you split 3 gold amongst yourself. I'm keeping to it.
Fist just gives him a really dirty look.
And Magni just looks at you and he goes, it's business, friend. Look, here's a coin for each of you. And he hands each of you a coin. Y'all have 1 coin now. Congrats.
I'm gonna start dragging them outside 2 at a time by each of their legs.
Alright. You notice Magni also offers, like, I'll tell you what, y'all did a really dang up job here. So I'll let you stay the night at the inn if you like. We got nice bed.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I've been sleeping in a tree.
And just like that, the DM reveals all these nice beds.
Oh, what?
The top.
Yeah, the second floor is a bunch of beds. There's a triple, there's a couple singles, there are 3 singles, and there's a, kind of couples in it. So he offers you guys the singles for the night.
Damn it.
Alright.
I mean, if you want to proposition Fist or Caspian to join you in the lovers, I will let you.
I think Caspian is asexual.
Fair enough.
I think Fist is drunk.
I'm going to go.
Bartending now.
Oh, well, thank you.
So Fist is dragging folks out.
I'm sorry about your brother, by the way.
Yeah, two at a time.
Okay.
Oh.
You go ahead.
Does this mean I have to stop? I still have to stop singing?
He's not gonna pay you for any more tonight, but if you want to, he'll let you keep singing.
Yay.
Alright, so as you come in from dragging the last 2 out, the woman at the bar from earlier approaches you, Fist, and she introduces her. Well, she comes up and says, like, that was some pretty fine fist work, if I do say so myself. Not many people can take on 4 people at once, but you are kind of built like a brick shithouse of an orc, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Not much for talking?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, my name's Veronica. I'm I suppose you could call me a representative of the Adventurers Guild. And we're looking for... Well, we're always looking for, strapping young lads and lasses to take up a few jobs, do some dirty work, get their knuckles won. Does that interest you, my friend?
He just kind of he looks at his knuckles and just looks back at her and nods.
Alright, that sounds good. Well, as you might have noticed over there, I just can't let you in. It'd be irresponsible of me, frankly, to just let you in. What you just did was a nice little introduction, but anyone can beat up 4 drunkards. I'll tell you what. You see those 2 boards back behind the stage? Those are jobs. Those are Adventurers Guild jobs. We put up postings like this in bars because, well, you know how adventurers tend to be. So I'll make you a deal. If you want to bring your friends along, want to take a job, and if you can do it successfully, I'll pay you. You'll take the whole thing. Adventurers Guild won't take the tax that we usually take, and you'll get your license to operate in the guild. It's better money than beating up drunks in some back alley bar.
Yeah, I think he'll look over at the board and kind of look back at her and maybe wipe his mouth because he's probably got beer spittle, and then without wiping his hand off, he puts his hand out to shake her hand.
All right, nice to meet you. Oh, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Fist.
Delightful. Well, Fist, she giggles at that, not in a condescending way. She's honestly thrilled your name is Fist. I'm glad to have met you. You might want to pass along a message to your 3 little friends there. One of them took a hell of a stabbing, but being able to take a stab or 2 is just a part of the adventurer's life. I'll see you folks later. Toodles! She gives you a little finger wave, and she is out the door.
I like her.
I think that this is going to be trouble, and I think that's a good thing.
Do you guys tell Amelia about this?
Oh, yes, definitely.
I leave that up to Caspian. I'm not one for conversation.
I don't...
I know, and I love
I think you are. I think that this is a perfect opportunity for you to spread your wings, as it were.
He looks over his shoulder. Understanding.
You look over your shoulder, and I am now an albatross, scuttling around on the ground, just kind of birding around.
I think for the first time since our adventure started, Fist can't help it. He kind of cracks a half smile.
Scrock. See, and I turn back. See, it's not so hard. Just enjoy yourself. Anyway, we're Amelia. We're becoming adventurers, professional adventurers.
Okay.
It'll be great. We'll become wealthy. Money isn't really important, actually, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool to be wealthy. Not that I know what to do with it. I think this is a great idea.
Are there... Okay.
Yes, I'll take that as a yes. We're now adventurers.
Okay, so you guys want to look at the adventure board, see some listings of possible things to do?
Yeah. What kind of food did they throw at her? Is any of it still there, and can I eat some of it?
There is a perfectly palatable carrot on the ground. The rest is kind of mushy.
There is not a perfectly palatable carrot on the ground. Amelia ate it.
Okay.
Do you guys want to go halvesies, or are you fighting over this carrot?
I think he looks for food, and then when he sees her eating a carrot, he just kind of sighs and then walks over.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the city map because I need to make up some quests.
This has been a lot of fun.
I may disappear at some point. My food should be close.
We're close to wrapping. We're close to wrapping. So All right, here's the job being offered. There is a quest offering 10 gold for delivering some stuff to Murkville, actually. Or no, not Murkville. There's a town on the lake near Desha. It's offering 10 gold for a delivery of a classified object. It isn't listed what it is. It's just like, oh yeah, do a delivery of this thing. Keep it safe.
Do you want to like move us to the map?
Oh yes, thank you. Sorry, I thought I would do. We all there?
Whoa, Murkville.
All right. Not Murkville. I'm gonna go ahead and exercise a thing. So one of the kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? One of the things that Dungeon World really stresses is even when you draw the map, always leave blanks so you can add stuff later. This quest is just offering money if you deliver a something to a town on the lake near Desha. You see
Okay.
that orange dot I added on that lake?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, that is, they're offering 10 gold for you to deliver something there. It doesn't say what. There's another quest that says, hey, some merfolk have been going missing in the fish district. Anyone who can kind of look into that, that's another, I'm going to go ahead and say that is 15 gold. And lastly, there is, I'm going to move us to the city map one more time so I can look at the shit and come up with something. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and say that a bunch of like petty theft has been happening in the marketplace place. Nothing like huge, nothing too big, but it's yeah, the marketplace place. I've been calling it this whole time. Like it's not like candy bars have been disappearing. Like items worth a little gold, like some coin, have been disappearing all over the place, and no one can figure out why. So they are offering 10 gold for that as well. I do want to point out that the Merfolk one is considered more dangerous than the other.
I don't. Danger is, it's all about, getting into danger and getting away from it. I think we can handle that. It's fine.
Right. What do Amelia and Fist think?
I mean, I'm interested in that stuff that's going on in the fish district.
Okay.
That's what I say. This way.
Is
But
that
I'm
the one,
also
that was
interested
the one
in
that
what's-
had the most gold?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm also interested in whatever's by that lake. I mean, I've
Okay.
never been to a lake before. Sounds
Well-
fantastic.
It sounds like
Like-
3 votes for the Fist District one. Here is what I'm going to. This is another fun little learning moment. Dungeon World is very much a world. Things happen, like things aren't static. You're not going to do this Merfolk quest and come back and be like, oh yeah, and then we can do this and this. Other adventurers are going to take those quests. Other people, like the world moves on. Things are resolved, or maybe they aren't, but maybe they get complicated. So different things are going to be happening over time. So if you take one of these quests, I'm not going to guarantee that the other 2 will still be available.
That's understandable.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Well, folks, congratulations. You're on your first step to becoming adventurers.
Yay!
Yay.
All right, so let's go over experience. I think Emmy was the only one to fail a roll, and she
Yay.
only failed 1 roll. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So we got a total of 1 failed roll experience.
And that's only I get that, right?
Only you get it, yeah. Now let's talk about bond.
I executed my bond because I let Fist protect me again from getting stabbed as a squid.
So It's not that you're trying to execute it. It's
Ah.
that your bond is trying to change every time.
I see. So it's the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's the same. It'd be different if this like let you get hurt.
I see.
Because then that would change your perception. But does anyone have a bond they feel has changed or resolved? Or just doesn't matter?
I feel like mine with Amelia has changed a little bit because viewing her as soft, she kind of started the fight that way. She was just kind of like singing. But then, like, when she jumped off stage and cracked that dude over the head with a mug.
Yeah, she cracked it. She got into some shit. Cracked a dude over her fucking head with a mug of whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, I think initially he's super upset about the idea that, like, if there was a drink in that glass, that's why he was picking up glasses as he went. Like, uh-oh, I hope none of these spill. These are already paid for. But I think, you know, after realizing what happened, it kind of, probably gives her, like, a slight nod, like, huh, all right.
All right. Go ahead and...
Stars are soft.
So, how do you think he views Amelia?
Probably not that different, but maybe with more of a light of potential. Like, okay, maybe this isn't a lost cause. Maybe this is something that, maybe I'm succeeding.
Okay, so to put it in a new bond, you might say Amelia can become a hell of a fighter or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would go ahead and say that's enough to warrant a new bond. So change your Amelia one to just a one sentence. What's the word? A one sentence explanation of what I just said.
Got it.
And mark experience. Also, yeah, that's good. Spence, do you have any bonds?
I really don't feel anything's changed, sadly. I guess I wasn't exactly sure kind of like what my goals are as a character. Like, I thought that it was to, kind of maintain and develop relationships. I didn't realize, I know that developing as a person is important. I just didn't get that. So I don't think I earned experience, sadly.
No, you will all get at least one experience.
Oh, okay.
And is that in addition to like my roll failure one, or is it like
that would actually only be for Fist. That's Fist's bond with you, not your bond with Fist. If that makes sense.
Oh, I mean the one where I got an experience from when I broke a thing.
Oh yes, that is.
Or sorry, not when
you roll really bad. That's just for you.
But so you also said everyone gets at least one. Is that like...
everyone's gonna get at least one.
So right now, everybody.
That'll be an addition, right? That'll be an addition. Yeah, everyone has one. Emmy, you take another one. Fist, you take another one. Okay, so Amelia, do you think your bonds have changed?
Maybe. So
Do you still think Fist is the hero to sing songs about?
That hasn't changed.
All right.
So Caspian, Amelia was assuming that she was like a rogue, pretty much, being a thing, a sailor, or like a person with sea experience, pretty much. But now she thinks that there's something more, that there's something interesting about this.
Okay, so the druid thing took you by surprise.
Yes.
All right, I would go ahead and write down. I'd change your bond. Try to do kind of a one sentence encapsulates. You know what I'm trying to say. And mark experience.
Yay.
All right, last thing. Shit. Just a sec. Talk amongst yourself for a second.
The only reason I've been quiet is I keep getting up and looking out my window, waiting for the approaching car.
You want that Jimmy John's or whatever you're waiting on?
Fucking starving. Gyros.
Okay, so at the end of each session, I'm gonna ask you guys as a group 3 questions, and you're gonna mark XP for each one. You can say yes. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
I learned that there's an adventurers guild.
Yeah, I would argue, yeah, you guys opened up like a brand new avenue for yourselves in life. Like you've learned, like, to be adventurers. I would go ahead and mark experience on that.
I never thought I could have a job before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fish is
Everything
realizing,
that I
like,
do.
wait a minute, I can get paid to beat the shit out of people. I don't just have to collect debts. Okay.
This next one was a given for me, so I told you guys this was the question that I told you all to take 1 experience for. So don't add an extra 1, but I'm just gonna read it so you guys understand. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? You did. His name was Samuel. They were the Tavern Bandits, and you guys didn't even introduce yourselves before starting the fucking fight.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, you did that. And I'll let you make a fucking argument for this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say no, probably. Did we loot a memorable treasure?
I will say
We-
no
we
because the
looted that
carrot
woman's
was
heart.
kept for my grasp. So no.
We
No.
clearly looted that woman's heart.
Yeah, no, you did not physically steal Veronica's heart from her body. Alright, so that's it.
Okay.
I just got some comments before we wrap, but y'all did good. Y'all did really great.
Yeah, it was fun.
It might seem like leveling might go slowly, considering you need to hit 8 experience just to hit level 2. I want to point out, half of the game was character creation and world building.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that.
I also want to point out, y'all rolled really, really fucking well. Y'all should... This is a game that you are probably going to fail, like, a little less than half the time, so brace for that. But I had a really good time. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah.
This was really fun. Thanks for, learning the system with me.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
for running the game, and thank you to my cohorts for playing along with me. I feel like this is the kind of game where we're going to maybe get to explore character interactions a little bit more, and I'm excited about that.
Yes, that is something I'm very excited about too. I will have more stuff prepped by this time next Saturday if you guys want to do this again.
Sure, that sounds great. I will, if you want, Alex, yeah, you can have Saturdays for as long as you want.
I mean, here's what's going to be happening. Oh yeah, wait, we have 2 more Saturdays. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Never mind.
I mean, oh yeah, other than the marathon, but that's a whole
Yeah,
different
yeah.
deal.
There's one Saturday that's not going to be mine. It's going to be my hell instead. But yeah, that was really good, guys. Thanks for playing with me. It was great.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool. I'll see you guys in chat or whatever, and I will be trying to do Tomb of Annihilation tomorrow. We'll see how you guys feel. Anybody can, whatever. Whoever can make it. All
I
right.
will.
Goodbye.
Bye. I'll stick around if you got any questions, but if y'all just want to take
Yeah,
off,
probably
go
gonna be here for a while.
ahead. Okay.